KDKA.com/heart to learn more.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
77, mostly cloudy skies at 10 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. There's a code red heat advisory in effect today. Allegheny County, City of Pittsburgh cooling centers will be open. The first 10 names for the Pittsburgh Walk of Fame have been released. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the list.
The inaugural inductees include jazz great George Benson, journalist Nellie Bly, Andrew Carnegie, environmentalist and writer Rachel Carson, Roberto Clemente, Michael Keaton, Fred Rogers, medical researcher Dr. Jonas Salk, Andy Warhol, and playwright August Wilson. Their names will be featured on large bronze stars in the sidewalk at the Strip District Terminal on Smallman Street. Each star will be accompanied by a narrative plaque that briefly describes the honorees' key achievements and ties to the Pittsburgh region. Michael Keaton is scheduled to appear at the ribbon cutting and induction ceremony, which will take place October 20th. The public is invited to attend. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
President Donald Trump met with the president of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, and later outlined a massive trade deal on Sunday. It includes a 15% tariff for European imports to the U.S., while all EU countries will open for American goods at 0%. In addition,
the European Union is going to agree to purchase from the United States $750 billion worth of energy.
The president also says the EU will invest an additional $600 billion in the U.S. A Blairsville man has been identified as the victim of a fatal traffic accident early Sunday in Washington County. The coroner's office says 21-year-old Matthew Roth lost control of his vehicle on Route 481 in Carroll Township, collided with a bridge, and the vehicle caught fire. A passing motorist saw the wreckage and called 911 a few minutes after 3 a.m. Roth was not wearing a seatbelt. Heavy rainfall set off flooding in southern Washington County Saturday night in North and South Franklin Townships and Amwell Township. A fire chief told the Observer Reporter about 3 inches of rain fell in an hour, and first calls for flooding started coming in around 8 p.m. Basements were flooded, some residents rescued, vehicles were stopped by high water, and businesses reported damage. The owner of plant nursery Arcadia Natives said it was destroyed. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 64 points at 44,838. The Nasdaq is ahead 83 points, and the S&P is up 7. KDKA Sports, the Pirates are starting a 6-game road trip tonight at San Francisco. Mitch Keller is the Bucs starter. The Steelers have added another player to the secondary. This one's from Baltimore. News Radio KDKA's Jeff Hathorn has more from training camp at St. Vincent College.
He has made more tackles against the Steelers than any other team in his career. Former Ravens safety Chuck Clark came right from the airport to Latrobe and has made a quick impact with the Steelers in 2 workouts.
This is the first for me, coming in this late, having to pick up the playbook. I know football. That's one thing for sure. At the end of the day, it's just putting terminology to it, in a different scheme, different concepts. But I know football. At the end of the day, I know where to be.
Clark spent 6 years with Baltimore, missing the 23 season with an ACL injury. With the Steelers, Jeff Hathorn, News Radio KDKA.
The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick, home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:04. 77 and cloudy in Pittsburgh now. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Don't let summer slip away. Your last-minute summer adventure at Deep Creek Lake is here. Upgrade your getaway to a luxury SWAC Vacations Lodge with its own private indoor pool, a hidden speakeasy, even a private lazy river. Book any 3-night stay before Labor Day. Get $500 off. That means more money for your family trip to Myrtle Beach, a luxury lodge in Deep Creek, a massive Outer Banks house with room for everyone, and many more great destinations. Visit SWACVacations.com. Use code LAKE500. Claim your $500 discount.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. My friend Robert Levin and his Levin Furniture and Mattress Store team have put together an amazing 4-day sale. Get not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 times the sales tax discount. Plus, up to 50% off new arrivals and get 5 full years special financing on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. No money down. Levin also has the guaranteed lowest prices on Tempur-Pedic and Purple for Life mattresses. Shop Levin's huge 4-day sale today. Amazing. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up, sister?
Hey, welcome back. And you know what? Out there in a couple of spots, Marty, it is just a little bit slow. Slow go. Parkway West inbound, it had been backing off, but all of a sudden, the inbound ride is a little bit heavier for you. Now, as you're coming down the front side of Green Tree Hill, you're finding the brake lights right around that Banksville area, and then at times backing heavily toward the runaway truck sand pile there. No accidents or problems in your way, just lots of congestion there. Outbound toward the airport is the better ride. I hope that's where you're headed now. Parkway East outbound is the slow go spot on 376 in that direction. You have the single lane traffic pattern through the Squirrel Hill tunnels until 2 today, and right now you're finding delays right after you round the Big Bend there and head for the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Almost a mile of delays before you get to and through that portal. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
For the rest of today, more sun than clouds, hot and humid with a high of 93. The record is 96, last reached in 1993. AccuWeather real fuel temperature will be near 100 this afternoon. Clear to partly cloudy, warm and sticky tonight, though 71. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's the Big K, Big Three.
Brought to you by New Flow Men's Health. The biggest 3 stories of the day on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
What's up? I'm back. I know you miss me. Duh. Broke 2 toes. If you see videos of me hobbling around, I posted it. 100,000 people made ignorant comments. Some of them actually funny as hell. We're at this really cool hotel in Hershey, which, by the way, the Hotel Hershey is magnificent. If you ever want to experience insane service and kindness, it's unbelievable. Number 2, with all due respect to Kennywood, it's local, it's cool. Hershey Park rocks. It's unbelievable. But I fell at the pool like an idiot, proving once again I'm a feeble old fart, and broke a couple toes. Who cares? Because as I said yesterday, and as I'm sitting here with not only my partner in this whole madness, but someone as close to me as any family member, Patrick, your life has to have context. And I'm at a family reunion yesterday for the Griffins. And there's 100 people, very cool. And you can go to those things one of 2 ways and look around and think of how many people are dead, including my parents and all my cousins' parents and grandparents, and everyone's dead. Or you can sit down at the table with the young folks and they can talk about the future and that they're there with their kids. And in the context of things, when you're asking me about busted toes and feeling empathetic, I couldn't help but glance over and see my sister, Barb, who is heroically, insanely battling pancreatic cancer. And it's kicking her ass. We have this policy about being honest around here. And Patrick knows this because he's my close friend. But I don't get depressed. I told my wife and my sister and my family that I get depressed about my sister and anxious. And because you don't want them to die. You don't want anyone to die. Ever. And so I posted this picture of her because she looked so beautiful yesterday at this reunion, my sister, Barb. And 300,000 people so far have jumped in and commented, thousands of comments, and all of them are magnificent and glorious and supportive and kind. What's my point? So in all the cynical, sarcastic, Marty's a clown comments about my stupid broken toes, and it is nothing but a nuisance injury. There's a dynamic of kindness and greatness and love in a picture of my beautiful sister, which my man Patrick is streaming right now. There is a magnificence in her fight, which is glorious. And I started to cry last night with all due respect to the fact that I get very emotional. When my sister said, "Do you think I can beat this?" And I said, "You are beating this." She is. And she's in pain every day. And she's in pain all the time. Yet she smiles and laughs. It's magnificent. I sat yesterday with a young man who's the grandson of one of my cousins, whose father's dead, all my brothers, all my dad's brothers and sisters are dead. And I could think, wow, where's everybody going? Or I could think, this grandkid is cool, man. He's got kids, he's got a family, he's got a life. He knows his history, respects family, admires the fact that the Griffins are at this amazing grove in Mars, PA, just loving each other, eating a potato salad and chicken fingers. And the dynamic and value of life that comes to the fore when your family gets together is the most significant thing you'll ever imagine, the love you have for each other. And so the inconsequential nuisance of two broken toes means nothing in the big picture fight to keep my sister alive. And for all of you folks who lost loved ones, the circle of life sucks sometimes. And you can buy into the rhetoric about they're in a better place. I don't care. I want them at my place. I want to hold my sister's hand forever. And then there's my boy Patrick, whose father passed. Patrick's father has been sick. He was in hospice, and Patrick drove from here to Arkansas. And, well, not to get too personal, but he's sitting here. Tell us, because we've been discussing this all morning because it's such a magnificent story. Tell us about when your father, the moment when he passed, and what Larry said as he left here.
Yeah, it was, it was a little surprising, but honestly, I got into the room at the VA in Little Rock. Within 5 minutes, maybe less, my dad passed.
It passed. And Larry said, that's no fluke. Probably isn't.
No, absolutely not.
There's a magnificence to that and a magic to that and a greatness to that. And God bless you, man. None of it's ever easy. One of my friends, and I'm spending a lot of time talking about death. And I find this also as you get older, that you spend a lot of time talking about people who are dying or who died. And that's why, and I've said this from the time I started this show, the magic of young kids. What they do is they break up the horrifyingly morbid discussions that you have about kidney failure, COPD, renal cancer. You know what I'm saying? And who died and who's dying and the funeral and the wake and the casket and the gravesite. You break it up with the magic of family and kids. And at that picnic yesterday, which was in this amazing, boy, Adams Township, man, they do some amazing stuff in their parks. God bless them. And because you're sitting there thinking of all the people who have passed that made this family, Griffin family, possible. And then I'm watching these little kids running around eating cookies, thinking, that's what makes this good. So that we don't spend our lives when we get to be 65 plus and spend most of our day, number one, talking about what ails us, what's broken, what's breaking, who's dying, who died. Instead, we talk about the joy, the little tinker bells in our lives, the children that run around and make us understand that family and love are magnificent and never end. And that's the message I wanted to start out the show with, and I wanted to read a bit of a card that somebody sent me. Hold on. I'm getting it. And I've been very emotional. I'm sorry I'm not near the mic. About this, with my sister being so ill. But this wonderful woman sent me this note. I look forward to hearing you on your show every day. You always have very interesting topics. You always tell us the truth, and always you do it in kindness and love. You're very special, and God has blessed you with a loving family. And she put $100 in the card, and said, "Please use this money for one of your Get Marty projects." Several Get Marty projects have coming together, including a roof that collapsed on a woman. And my man Jerry in the series saying, "I'll fix that roof." And a stair lift for a woman who desperately needs a kidney and fell down the stairs. And we put that in last week. So my point is, don't find sorrow. Don't live this morbid, can you believe who died life. You can't do that. Right. You grieve. You cry. You hug and kiss. And then you turn your head toward the sunshine and the warmth of the amazing world we live in and the opportunities we all have to make a difference. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is some slow-go traffic in a couple of spots. One due to an accident. This is as you're traveling toward Pittsburgh in West Elizabethboro on Route 51 northbound, approaching the Elizabeth Bridge. So before you get across that bridge, you have to get past slow traffic around an accident that crews are working with there. A lot closer to downtown Pittsburgh on Route 51. On the southbound side, we're actually seeing very heavy traffic as you're coming across the ramps that take you, the overpasses that take you over the Parkway West, and you're on southbound 51 heading toward the intersection with Woodruff Street. So very sluggish traffic for you there. Parkway West on the inbound ride is backing right around the runaway truck sand pile. Outbound Parkway East is slow for you between the Bates Street on-ramp and the Big Bend there as you approach the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
NASCO Roofing has done work on every one of my family's house. My sister, my brother, our house. They have done work on every single one of their homes and my home, and unbelievable work. Lifetime guarantee. Amazing work ethic. Amazing pricing. NASCO Roofing. NASCO. 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 40-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term life insurance may only cost you about $100 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-770-0850. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance to buy $1 million of affordable term life for you. All you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-770-0850. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-770-0850. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-770-0850. 800-770-0850.
Get Marty, brought to you by Perry Calder Law. When it matters most, contact Perry Calder Law.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
What's up? I'm back. I know you missed me. I got the text. Who wouldn't? I want to read this. This actually has relevance. It's handwritten. I buy into this, by the way. I love the folks that write me handwritten notes. It's kind of cute. It's more personal. But it's always old people, with all due respect. Dear Marty, it says, we are good people. I'm writing you to explain to you about good people that I was born with, that are born with no tools to work with to make money. And a mom and dad and a sister that could do very little. So what am I trying to say? This is amazing. Poor people need help. Not to hurt or put them down. Rich people are only rich from their families. You can feel some of the animus there. There's a mood of this in America today because of the gap in wealth. And I feel your pain. And let me tell you something. All they do is, rich people, watch the zeros in their banking accounts. And they only spend their money out of country, not in the USA. Marty, I'm just writing to you to explain. I grew up on welfare, and I'm still on welfare. And I'm sorry that poor people need help. There's several things about this that ring true. I believe in work ethic. I believe that you can be anything you want because I've seen it. I've watched it. Saw it with my dad. Hell, I saw it in my own damn career. I was a bum. A C- student on my best day. Now we have an audience that reached 20 million people. I don't know. We have a startup going that we will talk about as that gets to fruition. It's pretty cool. I know billionaires. I do. I just do. I've had the blessing of sitting down with, hell, I'm just texting with one who we're meeting tomorrow in front of the BNY building downtown. He wants to save that building. He's a billionaire. And here's the thing, man. Being poor sucks. And to your point, I always say this, when you see these kids that get arrested time after time and time, when you see the test scores in the school district, you see the horrible housing, the horrible health care, there is this gutter that if you're born into it, getting out sucks. I don't know how to help other than to do the best we can to make a difference. I know a significant number of rich people that spend most of their time making a difference. I know a significant number of rich people that just want to get richer. What we have to do is create opportunities for folks like you who are stuck in this rut, this unbelievable lower class of millions of Americans who can't get out of the welfare life. because they've known or seen nothing else. Because mom and dad are destitute, or mom and dad aren't around, and you don't have a shot at the freaking title. So I can understand your animus, your belief that all rich people are bad people, but they're not. I could say the same for all poor people are lazy, and they're not. But the great divide in America is greater than I've ever seen it before, ever. I constantly ask young people, can you afford a house? You know what they say? No. I met two couples at the Griffin family reunion yesterday who are getting married and who are married who moved in with their parents because they can't afford a house. Somewhere along the way, the middle class evaporated, and now it's just different levels of wealth and insane levels of poverty. Somehow, some way, we have to change that because the great divide is greater than ever before. So, ma'am, although I don't agree that all rich people do is count their zeros, and rich people are only given money from their families, because I've seen so many self-made millionaires, including Mark Cuban, who's a friend that I texted yesterday. T. Boone Pickens was a billionaire in Texas from oil and water. Ross Perot, a billionaire in Texas who was my friend, created a tech empire. All of those men, self-made. Mary Kay, she was a wonderful woman from Mary Kay Cosmetics. Dirt poor to billionaire. It can't happen, ma'am. But I'm not suggesting you're completely wrong. The American dream has become more and more elusive, more and more distant for more Americans than I've ever seen. And all I ask is we got to try to help each other to a better place. Because what she's saying expresses anger, resentment, remorse, loss, and surrender. None of those things are wonderful.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
The biggest reason Metropolitan Window Company has been in business since 1978 is our huge list of satisfied customers.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're getting expertise and attention to detail from a trusted business that puts your needs first.
You're also getting our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows that are built for life.
The most important part of a window is the framing. Fiberglass frames won't lose their dimensional integrity. They're the strongest, longest-lasting window you can buy.
And right now, you can save 30% and get 18-month no-interest financing on every window and door product we offer.
Stop by one of our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
Man, I love this. It's Marty. Good paying jobs, not just any jobs, jobs that can support your family, great benefits, opportunities for advancement. This is the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, representing construction workers and public sector employees, over 500,000 strong. I love them. Phil Amaris leads this great union. He's one of my boys. He's one of my favorite people on earth. I'm serious. Pennsylvania Laborers District Council. Check them out. laborpa.org. They're powerful. I'm telling you, I love them. Get Marty, brought to you by UPMC, life-changing medicine.
How would you like to go to the beach or pool feeling comfortable without wearing a cover-up this summer? How would you like to be in front of pictures instead of hiding behind people in the back where only your head pops up? How would you like your doctors to tell you how proud they are of your weight loss? How would you like to fit into clothes that haven't fit in years? How would you like to have such self-esteem and self-confidence that you are beyond happy? Yes, yes, and yes. Let's make all these things happen. Call me, Dr. Shufo, at 1-800-900-THIN.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
77 and cloudy at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. PennDOT has launched a new public awareness campaign to help truckers avoid hitting low bridges. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has the story.
PennDOT's Jason Zhang tells Larry Richard the Check Your Height, Know It's Right campaign is part of a multi-state collaboration, encouraging motorists to know their vehicle height and check that it will safely fit under bridges on their route.
Nowadays, to build a bridge over an interstate, it has to be 16 foot, 6 inches minimum height. But back in the day, they didn't have that height. And so the lower the bridge, the probability that it's going to get hit, from what I've seen, it goes up and up and up.
Pennsylvania motorists can use 511PA to check their route for low-clearance bridges using the Low Bridge Map layer. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Pittsburgh Regional Transit's Bus Rapid Transit project is getting closer to completion. With an update on that, News Radio KDKA's Rob Taylor.
Headed downtown Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh Regional Transit's 5 new bus stations are now open. It's all part of the new University line that will run in exclusive bus lanes from downtown to Oakland. The new stations are at 5th and Ross Street, 5th and William Penn Place, 5th and Market, 6th and Wood, and 6th and Grant Street. A number of buses will be using the new stations to pick up and drop off riders, but more time is needed to install the new bus stations in Uptown and Oakland, as well as new traffic lights and other improvements. The entire Bus Rapid Transit project is scheduled to be completed in 2027. Rob Taylor, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 33 points at 44,935. The NASDAQ is up 71, and the S&P is up 10 points. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:31. Our next update at 11. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Hey folks, Marty here. My man Carlos from Greater Pitt Tree Service. Unbelievable, 32 years experience. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Senior discounts, military discounts, specializing in large and confined area removals. Training to work near power lines. Amazing. 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE. It's the absolute best tree service ever. Greater Pitt Tree Service.
Each year, UPMC performs the highest number of heart catheterization procedures in the region.
UPMC is doing amazing things with catheter-based therapies. There's a lot of technology out there that has really transformed medicine and can really benefit our patients. We have a variety of procedures to treat the most complex diseases, to help patients feel better and regain their quality of life.
Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
The Shindig Charity Music Festival, August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at Union Brothers Brewing in Harmony. 18 bands over 3 days.
Proceeds benefit local first responders and Northwood Charitable Foundation. Car show Friday night, craft and vendor show Saturday, first responder demonstration Sunday.
Single day tickets, weekender tickets, and weekender tickets for Keg and Eggs starting at 9:30 a.m.
Surprise guests, amazing raffle prizes, great food and brews. Bring your own lawn chair and a non-perishable food item donation.
Tickets also available at the door. Get your details at theshindigmusicfestival.com.
Listen, Colin Dunlap here for Boulevard Glass and Metal. This July, turn up that heat on your bathroom makeover with a customized glass shower door from Boulevard Glass and Metal. Whether you're upgrading for style or function, their sleek, made-to-measure glass doors bring a spa-like feel to any space. Fast installation and flawless finishes. Ask your contractor or call Boulevard Glass and Metal directly, 412-621-1799. Boulevard Glass and Metal, clearly the right choice.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check for your wallet first, before hitting the drive-thru.
$6.
Sorry, forgot my wallet. I have change, though. Here's 40 cents, another 40. Ooh, a bicentennial.
What's that?
Oh, gosh.
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up as we continue to have crews working with this accident in West Elizabethboro. So it's northbound on Route 51, and it's before you get to cross the Elizabeth Bridge and come across the river there. You do have slowdowns because of the cleanup around that earlier accident, so watch out for that and plan accordingly. If you're trying to travel on Route 51 southbound, very close to the Golden Triangle, kind of on the backside of Mount Washington, we have daylight work crews who have set up a lane restriction down by the intersection with Woodruff Street, and that is certainly slowing and backing traffic all the way back to the overpasses where you drive over the Parkway West. So very slow for you coming from the west end and heading into the South Hills past the Parkway West and Woodruff Street there. Parkway West on the inbound ride backs right around the runaway truck sand pile. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine and some clouds for the rest of today. Hot and humid with a high of 93. The record is 96 that was last reached in 1993, but the AccuWeather real field temperatures could top 100. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy and muggy, though 71. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
I got to play this because the mayor, we got this NFL draft coming and we're spending $2 million on it. It's supposed to attract 600,000 people. And the mayor keeps selling this crap that the downtown is beautiful and safe. And it's not. It's just a crap hole. It's grimy. It's grungy. The Downtown Partnership announced a grocery store coming in here. 5 of them have failed. 5. I'm not trying to be a jerk or a hater, but there's a reason why none of the big brands have a grocery store downtown. They'll rob them blind, man. Might as well just say free food on the damn door. That's what my people were telling me. And then there's this. I got to play this. Because I get tired of this crap that media guys like Marty Griffin are liars. That downtown's wonderful. Okay. The 2nd Avenue Commons and the 2nd Avenue Shelter may be the most dangerous area in downtown Pittsburgh right now. Have you been? Lord, have mercy. It's a war zone. It's a pet kennel. It's a drug zone. It's a prostitution zone. It's a free urine and free poop zone. Listen to this. Listen. This just happened. Late Friday.
This is a physical disturbance at 702nd Avenue at the Commons. Saying that a female is trying to assault the complainant. Her name is going to be Angel. She is a white female, 20 years of age. She has a pink shirt and striped pants with a skull book bag. 28, we copy. 1925, no known weapons are involved. Copy that. 28, we have one at gunpoint. He had a knife. Learn some more units. Copy, one at gunpoint. All units head down to 702nd Avenue, one at gunpoint. 228, we have one that says he was swinging a knife at somebody, completely unrelated to what we're here for.
Wow.
You can shake a lethal unit free to help us out here. We have one to 10. Received 1 to 10, 1935.
air. Wait, we're 10-1. We just need officers down here. Everybody's detained currently.
Couple things. First of all, 2nd Avenue Commons sucks. And this is a county-run housing project. It's a nightmare. I have video that would scare the hell out of you. Number 2, the 2nd Avenue shelter sucks even more. It's a drug haven. It's a overdose haven, prostitution. Now they have big crates for pets, tents, and no one's doing a damn thing. Thank you, PNC, for putting that shelter in there and drawing the madness to 2nd Avenue. It may be the sketchiest part of a sketchy downtown. My friend Mike Fisher, Scanner Mike. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Marty, good morning. Doing well.
No one knows this town because no one pays more attention than my man Mike. This notion, sir, that downtown is safe is the biggest crock of crap I've heard in a long time. What do you say?
Marty, I would say I do hear a lot of calls downtown. We have a established police presence specifically just for downtown. It's its own little special zone. And there are challenges that we face every day downtown, whether it be through our unhoused population, through general crime, and shoplifting in particular, which is chasing the businesses away. And I hate to say it. I love this town, and we deserve better. These people deserve general crime and shoplifting in particular, which is chasing the businesses away. And I hate to say it. I love this town. And that's happening right now.
There are people shot, robbed, stabbed, beaten. One of those every single day downtown. Fact. Every day.
Fact.
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 There are folks.
And we had someone robbed this morning downtown under a bridge with a knife point.
Downtown.
Yeah. Right by one of the trails, I think.
And Mike, 2nd Avenue Commons and that shelter, that is a horror zone. That's horrible. And getting worse by the day, is it not, sir?
I'm already to the point I recognize 700 to 2nd Avenue as the Commons. And these people truly need our assistance because they are, I hate to say it, they're completely screwed. If this is the help we're giving them, we're not giving them help. We're just making it worse.
It's absolutely true. You know, we're horrified by what we see in Gaza. And I am. Starving children, starving men and women. And the world has reacted. I'm horrified by the visuals from outside that 2nd Avenue shelter. Are you not, sir? It's disgusting. Disgusting.
See, I never thought of it put that way. It's like a refugee camp. My goodness. You're drawing a picture here, bud. It's just, I guess we have a refugee camp in Pittsburgh now.
We have a refugee camp. And these alleged, these phony hypocrite leaders, they drive by it every friggin' day and ignore it as if it isn't happening. Thanks, brother.
Absolutely.
I gotta bring up one more thing before you go, because I have friends in the food business, in the store business, in the grocery store business, and this is starting to get hairy, because now some of these grocery chains have said enough is enough, and they're trying to stop these folks who are stealing. And listen to this. Listen.
Send me back up. Copy 3511, 3525, start for the Giant Eagle, Freeport Road.
I got a black male, white shirt. This is Budweiser on it. Black and yellow, black and red sweatpants. Female, blue jeans shorts, and pink. 583, ask them all, that might be closer. Let them know, please. Manager and Rob.
Copy.
35160. Prevention coming to Taco Bell.
Received. What's your status?
I still need backup. They're walking away from me. Down Freeport Road.
So here we are. So again, now we've taken theft to a new level. Now they don't care if the cops are there. This is a Giant Eagle in Fox Chapel. Now it's getting dangerous, is it not, Mike?
Marty, yeah, that's Freeport Road, Giant Eagle. I mean, there's a detail officer now. Giant Eagle decided that they want to spend their $75 an hour for a police officer just sit in the store, and you can hear that guy just running away at someone.
Found a guy swinging a knife at cops.
Yeah, wasn't even related to the call if you heard that. He was swinging a knife, he just ran into it like, oh, here we go.
This is every single damn day. How many times has the CVS in downtown Pittsburgh been robbed? In your mind, just give me a ballpark. How many times?
Oh, once this morning already. I mean, every day. Yeah, they got it already. Probably 3 to 5. I think the highest was 10 at one point. It's turned the entire area into basically a giant vending machine if you've ever walked through it. Everything's behind stuff. You have to, get a staff member to unlock things, and a few things that aren't locked down, like the drinks and stuff, because you really can't lock down a freezer or a refrigerator. Those are probably what go the most right now.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. We will not have a city we're proud of. We will not have a region we're proud of until we have law and order. That's it. Until we have law and order, we will not be able to say Pittsburgh is safe. We will not be able to say the region is safe. Until we have people stabbed. Until we have cops in jeopardy at grocery stores and pharmacies, for God's sakes. Until we get rid of the refugee camp that is now parked outside of the 2nd Avenue shelter, Pittsburgh is not safe. Prove me wrong. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, just getting reports of an accident at East Liberty on Penn Avenue at South Highland Avenue. Watch out for the first responders headed to the scene there. Accident in West Elizabethboro continues to be cleared from Route 51 northbound approaching the Elizabeth Bridge. You will find heavy delays there. Parkway East on the outbound ride, 376 heading through the construction zone at the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. Very slow go for you right after you round the Big Bend past the Bates Street on-ramp there. The inbound ride is not too tough, just a little slowdown between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill Tunnels. Southbound 51, you are slowing at the overpasses that take you over the Parkway West as you approach the intersection with Woodruff Street because of a construction zone lane pinch there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
Man, the folks at Coit, whoo, they crushed it in our house. You know those annoying stains from pets? You know the spaghetti sauce? Gone. Coit crushed it. Right now, amazing specials from Coit. 50% off drapes. 40% off everything else Coit does. Amazing service, amazing pricing, amazing company. 50% off drapes, 40% off everything else. 1-800-FOR-COIT. 1-800-FOR-COIT.
Summer storms can spell disaster for your roof and more. At Home Genius Exteriors, we stop the damage before it starts. Call now during our summer savings event and get 50% off materials for your new roof. Plus, get no interest and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors at 855-UR-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
If you're turning 65 this year, review your Medicare Part C options now. You need to know the difference between Advantage plans versus supplement plans. Contact locally owned and operated Need Part C today for a free consultation. That's Need Part C. Beat the annual enrollment rush. NeedPartC.com.
7 races, 7 dogs, and KDKA Radio. Colin Dunlap takes his show on the road in support of the Wiener 100 race at EQT Park as part of the Bark in the Park night on August 19th before the Wild Things game. Find out if your wiener dog is eligible to race by clicking on the events page at KDKARadio.com. Hot dogs, baseball, the Wiener 100 race, and Colin Dunlap. Only on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Lunch was great. Lawrenceville is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Lillian from New York asks, with all the recent headlines about Social Security, what would your recommendation be for someone who will shortly be eligible at the age of 62? Should such a person start collecting early, even if they don't need this money just yet? Lillian, my answer is a big fat no. If you claim at 62, you would be taking a 20% reduction permanently for the rest of your life. On top of that, if something were to happen to the system and Congress did have to act, you would be taking another haircut on top of that original 20% cut.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Tremendous lack of leadership in Pittsburgh. If I'm the boss, there is no camp outside of the 2nd Avenue shelter. It's not happening. It's a refugee camp now. We decided to hell with it. We can't deal with it. Just leave it there. Anyone? Rich Fitzgerald would fix it in a week. It's true. Dan Honorado would take him 2 days. It's true. Nate Harper would have taken care of this. Whether you liked him or not, it's irrelevant. It's ignorant. What's happening downtown? It's intolerable. Yet somehow Ed Gainey's decided to lie and say downtown's great. It's not. It's horrible. And I'll tell you what. I think it's bold and courageous to announce a grocery store downtown. But who the hell's going to shop there and how would it last? I ask my people in the business, they say, no way it can work. No way the numbers can work. Now, you might say I'm a cynic and a hater. Okay. But there's a reason why we don't see the big box stores downtown. There's a reason why Target right now downtown is thinking about pulling the plug. Why? Top 3 theft rate in the country? In America. And at times, as Patrick suggests, it's been number one. The highest theft rate of any Target store in America. And you heard what happened at the Giant Eagle in Fox Chapel. They put a cop there, $75 an hour, and almost got killed. Had a call for backup. This is what plagues America right now, this epidemic of lack of law and order. It's insane what goes on, what we tolerate, what we've decided to tolerate. It's no wonder that Donald Trump is president, because Americans are sick and tired of this, so they went for that. I completely get it. I have sent texts and asked Corey O'Connor. We need law and order. We're done. I don't care about the NFL draft. That's 2 days. I don't care. We'll have 2 days of fun. Unless there's a plan, unless there's a man or a woman with a plan. Because Sarah Namarato has no plan. Have you seen her plan? She's never downtown. She never speaks up. And I have a significant number of reports suggesting that the folks they moved into these homes from the homeless tents they were in, they're still on drugs. They're still mentally ill. They're still high. Shocking. So you take a mentally ill, drug addict, alcoholic, you move their tent, and you put them in the house on the street where your neighbors live. What do you think that alcoholic, drug addict, mentally ill person did that you removed from the tent and moved into the house in the neighborhood next to your friends? They use drugs. They sell drugs. They have mental health episodes. I have pictures and videos from these houses. So what we did was we moved the problem to another part of the city. And so now I have neighbors begging me to call the FBI, the DEA, anyone. Because now their neighborhood is overrun by former homeless folks who are now dealing drugs and high in neighborhood housing settings. Thank you, Sarah and Amarato.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
On July 28th through August 1st at approximately 2 to 6 p.m., a portion of the Monongahela Locks and Dam number 3, LD3, near Elizabeth, PA, will be safely and professionally demolished as part of FAA, S&B USA Construction, and the Army Corps of Engineers' ongoing efforts to decommission the locks and dam. This is the 9th through 13th of an estimated 33 such events that will occur this summer to remove the entire lock structure. For your safety, please avoid the vicinity of LD3 on the day of the demolition activities. During all controlled demolition activities, expect short-term closures of LD3, State Route 2001, Bunola River Road, and the CSX rail line. Leading up to these scheduled demolitions, LD3 will be closed to all navigation for approximately 3 hours to allow the blast event to occur. Thank you for your attention to this notification.
Is your car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My mechanic just suggested an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover repair bills if anything happens to the car. New brakes, transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait, you pay nothing on repairs? Ox gets it fixed? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance?
Yeah, you don't pay. Ox pays. Ox even has a 30-day money-back guarantee and is A+ rated on the BBB. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike those other warranty companies.
The last thing I need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote, 800-240-1465. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care, 800-240-1465, 800-240-1465, or go to oxcarcare.com.
Hey everybody, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland. 90th anniversaries are super special. That's why AARP Pennsylvania is celebrating 90 years for Social Security. And they're doing it with ice cream. Now, there are 3 events in the greater Pittsburgh area where you can join in the fun. But registration is required to get your favorite scoop of your favorite ice cream. And you'll learn more about AARP and the fight to strengthen and protect Social Security. You can register at aarp.org/local.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 80 and mostly cloudy at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The first 10 honorees for the Pittsburgh Walk of Fame have been announced, and News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush tells us who they are.
The inductees were chosen through a process that began with nominations coming from the public. A curated list of those nominees was then sent to a selection committee of more than 100 leaders from agencies from the 10-county southwestern Pennsylvania area. Committee members voted for their selections, and based on that vote tally, the Pittsburgh Walk of Fame board made the final determination. The inductees include George Benson, Nellie Bly, Andrew Carnegie, Rachel Carson, Roberto Clemente, Michael Keaton, Fred Rogers, Jonas Salk, Andy Warhol, and August Wilson. The Walk of Fame anticipates adding 10 people each year for the next 3 years before slowing the pace to about 3 per year. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The Allegheny County Health Department says recent testing shows more mosquito samples are positive for West Nile virus, and in response there will be spraying this week in Point Breeze, Regent Square, Edgewood, Wilkinsburg, East Hills, Homewood, and Highland Park. Spraying is scheduled in those areas on Wednesday night between 8 and 11 p.m. An Ohio man is facing a felony charge for carrying a firearm without a license after TSA officers found a gun in his carry-on bag Sunday morning at Pittsburgh International. 47-year-old Justin Stanley of Negley, Ohio, didn't have a valid concealed carry permit. The fine for bringing a gun to an airport security checkpoint can reach nearly $14,000. This is the final week of public hearings on proposed Pittsburgh public school closings. And as KDKA-TV's Chillicothe Daily reports, 6 hearings are scheduled over the next 3 days.
There are 2 meetings tonight. The first one is at 5 regarding Manchester Pre-K to 8. The second one is at 7 p.m. That's for Schiller Elementary. Tomorrow's hearings are about Fulton Pre-K to 5 and Spring Hill Pre-K to 5. Wednesday at 5 p.m. is the hearing for Woolslayer Pre-K to 5, and that is followed by the Miller Pre-K to 5 meeting at 7 p.m. Now, these meetings are mandated by the state, and the district wants to close as many as a dozen schools. It's part of its Future Ready Facilities program that aims to save more than $100 million in the coming years.
Right now on Wall Street, the Dow is down 22 points at 44,880. The NASDAQ is up 64 points, and the S&P is up 4 points. KDKA Sports, the Pirates are starting a 6-game road trip tonight at San Francisco. Mitch Keller is the Bucs starter. The Steelers are going into week 2 of training camp in Latrobe. Here's News Radio KDKA Sports Director Jeff Hathorn.
Down is the time where the Steelers are on the practice field exclusively in shorts and jerseys. The team puts on pads on Tuesday. Mike Tomlin.
It's been a really good acclimation period for us, an opportunity to talk about some cultural things that we value, to really set the stage for how we work. So when we get in pads next week, man, we can just get hyper-focused on the ball and the technique required to be effective under those circumstances.
Starting left tackle Broderick Jones is dealing with a soft tissue injury. He is day-to-day. With the Steelers, Jeff Hathorn, News Radio KDKA.
The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. For your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. 80 and mostly cloudy in Pittsburgh now. AAA traffic in the AccuWeather forecast next.
Summer's in Pittsburgh, and if you hate to paint, do what your neighbor Judy did. She called Rhino Shield.
After having the house painted with kind of usual house paint, I was seeing cracks appearing about every 3 years and just wasn't very satisfied with that.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating specifically formulated for our unique climate.
I can't speak highly enough about the Rhino Shield crew. They also were great at working with me to get the exact right color because I was very particular.
And right now you can get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield has partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer affordable monthly payments with 0% interest loans to qualified customers.
I would not hesitate to call Rhino Shield and recommend Rhino Shield to my friends and neighbors and family.
Here's Rhino Shield Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Steel's new partnership with Nippon Steel
is generating an extra spark in our mills
and fresh energy in our minds.
As employees of U.S. Steel,
we'd like to thank the communities where we live and work for your support.
The partnership means better opportunities for our employees, more prosperity for our communities,
and more steel made right here in America.
Thank you for believing in the future of U.S. Steel.
A stronger America
is made here.
Always.
Well, the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
Thanks, Marty. We have an accident in East Liberty. That's what's up. This is South Highland Avenue at the intersection with Penn Avenue, and crews are on scene there, so do watch for slowdowns around that. Certainly slowdowns greeting you on 51 northbound as you're coming toward West Elizabethboro. On 51, approaching the Elizabeth Bridge, there's an earlier accident there that's being cleared too, so definitely congested traffic for you there. Very heavy for you as you're coming southbound on I-279 and heading over toward the North Shore Expressway, making your way maybe toward the area of the Fort Duquesne Bridge. We do have some inspection crews working on the Fort Duquesne Bridge, doing some work around the bridge ramps there, so watch for sluggish traffic there today. Also inbound on 28, you're heavy between the 31st Street Bridge and the off-ramp to East Ohio Street and heading over to that North Shore Expressway as well. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be hot and humid for the rest of today with sunshine and some clouds and a high up to 93. The AccuWeather real feel temperatures could be near 100. Clear to partly cloudy, warm and muggy tonight, low 71. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This is a little public service announcement. This is actually fascinating. Anyone get spanked on their electric bill? Spanked. I mean spanked, like the highest they've ever seen in their lives. Anyone? Anyone? 866-391-1020. Anyone? 866-391-1020. We did. Big time. This is a hell of a story. This is intriguing. It's fascinating. It's scary. It's a lesson for all of us in consumer activism and paying attention. I posted this. Over 100,000 people have already chimed in. Many people getting jacked on their bill. Our bill generally gets in the area of $400. Generally. Now, it's been hot and rates have gone up, but it's $920. I guarantee you this. It's never been close to that high. That's about $450 to $500 higher than any electric bill we've ever had in our lives. Ever. And damn, did I have an epiphany about this and electric bills and paying attention and bait and switch. And I'm hoping that you folks can learn the same kind of lesson, because this was an eye-opener for me and my wife. And I had to call my boy, who knows this stuff better than anyone. We have the PUC involved. We have Duquesne Light involved. is a great, great lesson for consumers and the Griffin family, quite frankly. One of my favorite people, Chad Quinn, Dollar Energy Fund. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
This is a fascinating lesson in so many different things, is it not, Chad?
It is. Marty, I think what's important is the bills are high, and we know that rates are going up. We've been all paying attention to the news and reading the papers, and rates are higher now than they've been in the past. It's hot out, or air conditioners are running more than they have, and things are happening like that. So we're expecting to use more energy. I don't think anyone was expecting to see a bill like you got that was probably 2 times higher than it should have been, which is a giant bill.
Giant. And my man educated me so much in a couple hours on a Friday that it blew me away. Number one, here's how this plays out. At the end of the day, we're paying 4 or 5x more than what we should be for electricity, are we not, sir?
Yeah, Marty. So you elected to choose a supplier several years ago, and you may have initially gotten a pretty good deal, or there may have been some incentive for you to switch, whatever the case may have been. But what happens with some suppliers is they have this price control or this price index that they use to establish your amount that you're paying, and that price control went away, and you went from what you should have been paying about 12.5 cents a kilowatt hour to paying 26 cents a kilowatt hour for your energy, and that's a little more than 2 times of what it should have been. And that particular supplier had this not even introductory rate, because you weren't really getting a better rate. The price control or whatever they had expired, and you didn't know that was happening.
He's gone. He'll call back in. So, how this played out in the Griffin house, he'll call back in. 4 years ago, my wife was sent some letter. This is fascinating to me. 4 years ago, my wife was sent a letter to sign us up for a different carrier. This carrier is Eligo, E-L-I-G-O. And at the time, and by the way, I'm not picking on my wife. This is such a pain in the ass. You get letters from 35 different companies, and they demand you make a decision, and you look at the letter and say, oh, this is cheaper. And so 4 years ago, Chad, my wife made the decision, oh, this looks like a bargain. And we got screwed in the end. Did we not, sir?
You did. And again, Marty, I don't want to say that energy suppliers are bad. In general, there's a lot of great energy suppliers out there, and people shouldn't be afraid. But, when you get something in the mail, whether they're offering you a gift card, whether they're, because that's a common technique that these folks use. They offer you a gift card to switch. Maybe it's an Amazon gift card or a Visa gift card. I was walking through Target one day with my wife, and we were approached to switch. And, never make a spur of the moment decision, do some research. The Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission has papowerswitch.com, which is the website that they promote. You can go on and see all the offers from every company. You could pick an offer there, and you can read the fine print on all those offers and know what happens. And I don't know the supplier that you used. I haven't heard of them necessarily before. They're not on PA Power Switch as someone that's out there. And keep in mind, you don't have to be on PA Power Switch if you're a supplier. Why you would not be is a question to me. But you can go on there and check. There's a lot of really good suppliers out there that can save you a few bucks.
So what do we do here, though? We just my wife just made a rash decision that was bad, and we got screwed in the end. Is that what this is?
No, I mean, I think Christine's a pretty smart person.
She is.
And
not
I
picking
think
on
you're
her.
A pretty smart person too. And right, so you have to think about it this way: you guys are smart people, and your bill went up. I mean, Marty, your bill price should have been $5.50 based on if you were paying the Duquesne Light rate to compare. which get your bill out. If you have a supplier, there is a rate to compare that's required to be printed on your bill. Duquesne Light, First Energy, whoever you have, it's written right on your bill. The price to compare from Duquesne Light or First Energy is X. It's probably about 12.5 cents to 13 cents a kilowatt hour.
Wow.
You paid 26 cents a kilowatt hour. So you paid double.
Wow. So there is recourse. And honestly, the folks at Duquesne Light have been amazing. You literally have to do, in essence, a stop order. You have to stop this madness. You have to ask to be let out. Don't you, sir?
Mm-hmm. You do. So the Duquesne Light, if you call them, you can get switched back to Duquesne Light. So you went from illegal supplier to back to Duquesne Light. So you're going to start paying Duquesne Light's rate of 12.5 cents or 12 point whatever cents per kilowatt hour, whatever that price is right now.
But we can't contest a $1,000 bill, can we, sir? You're nothing. You got to pay it and eat it.
Yeah, because I honestly, you probably had a contract.
Yep.
And they're gonna win if you told them, hey, I didn't know this. They're gonna tell you it's your obligation to know it. And again, if you're not going to pay attention to the fine print and you're not going to pay attention to the other parts to go along with it, stay with your default service provider, which is your regular utility company. And keep in mind, I tell people this all the time. A utility company, a distribution utility company like a Duquesne Light or like a First Energy, they cannot profit from, and they don't profit from their default service rate. So again, that 12.5 cents, that's exactly what Duquesne Light or First Energy is paying for the power that they're delivering to
It's unbelievable.
So there is no markup.
It's unbelievable.
So if you want to be safe, stay with that company.
No, I'm with you,
stay
man.
with your default service
I'm with you. And by the way, my man, Chad Quinn, Dollar Energy Fund. This is happening to thousands of people, is it not, sir?
It does, Marty. And you know, for us, we don't see it as often because a lot of the folks that we're helping with their utility bills, most low-income people aren't shopping for utility service. And some of the programs that they, you know, low-income utility customers participate in won't allow a supplier to be part of that account. So I don't see it a ton with lower income folks. But listen, I had a supplier in the past, and I switched back to my default service provider because the same thing that happened to you happened to me, but not in as big of a scale.
It's unbelievable.
It was more like a penny or two.
It's unbelievable.
Still, it's a lot, Marty. You know, think about it. If you're paying 12 cents a kilowatt hour and it goes to 13, that's 7%, 8% of your bill just went up.
Nice.
It doesn't sound like a lot, like you paid a penny more, but that's 8% of your supply charges just went up because you 1 penny per kilowatt.
Chad Quinn, my brother, great lesson, great information. Appreciate your expertise, my man.
All right, Marty, thanks. Good talking to you, buddy.
It happens every day, folks. We're going to get into this more after the break. Can't let this happen to you. So you have to put in this drop request. Duquesne Light had to put it in for us. $1,000 electric bill. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we have some construction zone lane restriction delays that are needing to be announced here, especially on this Parkway East outbound. Yeah, they're back for the work week, folks. We get asked every week, are they coming back to the Parkway East outbound again this week? Yep, they are. So crews working 3 a.m. to 2 p.m. each day this week, doing their work around the Commercial Street Bridge project and the retaining wall that's being constructed just east of the eastbound side of the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Right now, getting through that single lane traffic pattern means you have about 1.5 miles of delays as you approach the outbound tunnel. Inbound ride on 376 toward the tunnels is moving nicely for you there. Accidents still being cleared west Elizabethboro on 51 northbound approaching the Elizabeth Bridge. Watch out for residual delays as they're in the final stages of clearing that. Southbound 28 is a bit heavy between the 31st Street Bridge and the off-ramp to East Ohio Street. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Have you been told there is nothing that can be done for your neuropathy? Tri-State Neuropathy Centers is pleased to tell you that's not true. As one of the largest and most successful neuropathy treatment practices in the country, Tri-State Neuropathy Centers has grown to 9 regional centers and helped over 14,000 patients, like Bill from Mars. Bill's neuropathy got so bad he couldn't sleep due to the pain and was losing his balance, causing him to have frequent falls. Then Bill found Tri-State Neuropathy Centers. Their effective FDA-approved treatment program greatly improved Bill's neuropathy, and now he's sleeping through the night, can feel his feet again, and has no more pain. Listen to Bill's complete story at marydanston.com. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers help Bill along with thousands of others. Let them help you next. Call 724-940-9000. That's 724-940-9000. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers, the leader in treating peripheral neuropathy.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-388-6607, 800-388-6607, 800-388-6607.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. Right now, get a 4-piece GE kitchen suite for under $2,000. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt Max XR 8-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. Save big with deals that work as hard as you do. Shop Pro Savings Days in-store or online today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 8/1. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
I got these windows in my house that need replaced. And you want to talk about timing? Huh? You got spring here. You got this insanely cool window company, Universal Windows Direct. And this is their home improvement season. What's that mean? Great windows, great product, great service, great pricing. How about this? 50% off your windows right now, half off. You can upgrade your home with beautiful, energy-efficient windows for half the cost. So, what do? 412-545-6003. I'm doing it. And you get no interest and no payments for 12 months, which is spectacular. A whole year. And a free entry door with your window purchase. Universal Windows Direct. 412-545-6003. Universal Windows Direct. Love them.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So Patrick's done a little digging. So this provider does not have the best reputation, does it, sir?
No, there are lots and lots of negative reviews. The Better Business Bureau has plenty. They do respond to all of the complaints, but it's all, the customer agreed to sign up for this.
And they give you this 3-month offer.
Sometimes a 1-month offer from what I'm reading here.
And our bill went up quadrupled since we signed up. I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but I know my wife signed up thinking she was getting a deal, which is what thousands of people did, and then they jack with you and you can't control it. And here we are. Now, the folks at Duquesne Light have been magnificent. they have to, in essence, put in a stop order and switch you back to Duquesne Light. And they're telling me that that'll take a couple weeks. So our next bill will be kind of split between these con artists and Duquesne Light. But the thing is, Patrick, it's a lesson learned. They send you these letters, and they promise you these sweet deals, and you sign up, and then you get screwed. And here we are.
Exactly. And they have these introductory rates is what they get you with. And, you know, it's like those old credit cards. They give you the introductory rate, and then they jack it up as soon as that's over. That's what happens here. Your rates will go up 4 times.
It's about paying attention. It's about making sure that now they have to put in a drop request, and that takes weeks. And so the next bill will be kind of split. And then after that, we're done with them. But I learned a lesson, $500 lesson. Our bill was $500 higher than it should be. My boy, Mad Max, this is happening all over, is it not, sir?
Marty, I had a similar experience several years ago. I had somebody come and door knock on my door and offer, the world. And they're like, switch to this whatever, power supplier, and you'll save so much money. So I look at the fine print and say, give me a couple days to look at it. At the time, it looked like a good deal. And I think the kilowatt hour rate was like 9 cents at the time. Anyway, long story short, something happened. There was some type of billing error, and they overcharged all their customers 400%, which they admitted, we're at fault here, and they refunded the money. So they gave me like 200% back. And I go, wait, hold on, where's the other 200%? You guys need to make me whole. That doesn't make sense to me. Math isn't mathing. So they're like, you're right, sir. And then, give us a couple days, we'll get back to you. So they call me back, and they said, we'll give you the other 200%, but you need to sign an NDA that you won't tell anybody else.
Whoa.
So that, oh, yeah. Super shady, right? So they don't want other people calling to get all their money back. Wow. And they didn't want me out there spreading the word, hey, you need to call them and complain, and they'll give you all your money. So I signed the NDA. I got my money, but I don't know how many other people out there were injured by this company that didn't get all their money back.
We're paying 4 times what we should, and it's our fault.
Oh,
because we didn't pay attention.
And your guy that you had on from the Energy Commission or Energy Fund, he's spot on. That TAPowerswitch.com website, great resource. I encourage everybody to go there, look at that. It'll tell you if it's a fixed rate, a variable rate, if it's a intro rate, and for how much, and when it switches, and what the rate goes up to. So definitely do your homework and go there before you consider switching suppliers. Great resource.
Wow, PA Power Switch, and it gives current rate and the providers and the estimated monthly bill. And the total cost per kilowatt hour, right?
Yes, sir.
AAA Energy by Santana. PPL Electric Utilities. It goes through the whole list. Wow. AAA Energy by Santana. AAA Energy. Okay. Achieve Energy Solutions. Okay. And then you pick one based on that, right?
Right. So you try to do the best you can with, is it a month-to-month? Is it a lock-in rate for, 1 year, 36 months, 6 months? And then what happens after that time period? Does the rate get jacked up exponentially? You have to really take a look at all the fine print, like Patrick said, and see, it looks great on paper initially, but you got to watch what happens after that intro period, because a lot of times they do jack the rate up on you.
We got screwed, and it's our fault. $922, man. I've never seen a bill that high in my life, ever. We're screwed. We're out of it, though. Thanks, Max. It's a valuable lesson. I hope folks out there are listening. And that site is spot on. Name it again, Max?
PAPowerswitch.com.
Wow, it's good, too, man. I mean, it gives every detail, every opportunity, and the exact pricing.
And it gives you check boxes. You can look for terms and conditions, no cancellation fee, no enrollment fee, no monthly fee, et cetera, et cetera. So you can really narrow it down based on, fixed rate, variable rate, unlimited rate, et cetera. So definitely check it out before you switch, providers if you're looking to do so.
I'll tell you what, though, Max, it's a pain in the ass, man. There's got to be 200 providers here. I mean, it goes on and on.
Sure. Yeah, it's a big business. There's lots of people out there generating power, and they're looking for your business. So you gotta do your homework, though, before you make the switch.
I learned my lesson. I'm going back to Duquesne Light. Thanks, my man.
Yep, you got it.
Wow, that's a great page. It's a great site. Check it out, folks.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Give your liver the support it needs with Active Liver. Go to NordicUSA.com, Amazon, or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS. New you, new Nordic.
UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute is advancing research to improve patient outcomes.
Cardiovascular disease is a complex disease. We are looking at the disease from a molecular, cellular, and genetic level so that we have better outcomes with our patients.
UPMC is the only heart and vascular clinical research program affiliated with the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine.
We are discovering the medicine of the future.
Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
80 degrees and mostly cloudy at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A Blairsville man has been identified as the victim of a fatal traffic accident early Sunday in Washington County. The coroner's office says 21-year-old Matthew Roth lost control of his vehicle on Route 481 in Carroll Township, collided with the bridge, and the vehicle caught fire. A passing motorist saw the wreckage and called 911 a few minutes after 3 a.m. Roth was not wearing a seatbelt. Mount Lebanon police will be training this week at Mellon Middle School. In a social media post, the department says it will involve violent intruder response training. Mount Lebanon residents may see officers and firefighters in and around the school throughout the week, along with some emergency vehicles. PennDOT has launched the Check Your Height, Know It's Right bridge campaign today. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has details.
PennDOT's District 11 Executive Jason Zhang is reminding drivers to be mindful when driving large vehicles to prevent more damage to Commonwealth bridges. He tells Larry Richard bridge strikes is a very common problem.
There's also a lot. They're probably getting hit every day. You know, at some point there's scrapes on some of them. And a lot of times we don't know about it until we go do a bridge inspection and find some new scrapes.
According to PennDOT data, more than 600 bridges have been hit by vehicles that surpassed height requirements in the last 10 years. For more information on PennDOT's Check Your Height, Know It's Right campaign, visit PennDOT online. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 13 points at 44,890. The Nasdaq is up 51 points, and the S&P is up 2 points. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:31. Our next update at noon. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
If something happens to you, what happens to your family? Will they struggle financially? Will they be able to afford the home you built together? With Ethos, you can get life insurance coverage in minutes. Get up to $2 million in coverage for as little as $2 a day. All online with no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Get your free quote at ethos.com/life. That's ethos.com/life. Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
The Shindig Charity Music Festival, August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at Union Brothers Brewing in Harmony. 18 bands over 3 days.
Proceeds benefit local first responders and Northwood Charitable Foundation. Car show Friday night, craft and vendor show Saturday,
First Responder Demonstration Sunday.
Single-day tickets, weekender tickets, and weekender tickets for Keg and Eggs starting at 9:30 a.m.
Surprise guests, amazing raffle prizes, great food and brews. Bring your own lawn chair and a non-perishable food item donation.
Tickets also available at the door. Get your details at theshindigmusicfestival.com.
Tickets are on sale now for the upcoming season of the Pittsburgh Speaker Series presented by University of Pittsburgh and Heinz Hall with Dr. Anthony Fauci, Malcolm Gladwell, historian Doris Kearns Goodwin, former National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster, National Geographic photographer Christina Mittermeier, former Russian political prisoner Vladimir Kara-Murza, and geopolitical economist Pippa Malmgren. For information and tickets, go to pittsburghspeakers.org. Sponsored by News Radio KDKA and the Spanos Group of Raymond James.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
The biggest reason Metropolitan Window Company has been in business since 1978 is our huge list of satisfied customers.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're getting expertise and attention to detail from a trusted business that puts your needs first.
You're also getting our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows that are built for life.
The most important part of a window is the framing. Fiberglass frames won't lose their dimensional integrity. They're the strongest, longest-lasting window you can buy.
And right now, you can save 30% and get 18-month no-interest financing on every window and door product we offer.
Stop by one of our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, my friend, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. What's up is lots of brake lights on that outbound Parkway East. Of course, the construction zone lane restrictions through the Squirrel Hill tunnels continues during your weekdays this week again. And you're backing right now right around that Bates Street on-ramp, so a mile and a half of delays before the Squirrel Hill tunnel. The inbound ride not too tough, just a little bit slow before the tunnel. Pirtle southbound 28 is heavy as you approach the ramps for East Ohio Street or for the North Shore Expressway. Parkway West is rolling pretty well for you there. No problems on the inbound ride and the outbound toward the airport. Sailing along very nicely for you there. 65 southbound on the Parkway North, I-279 if you're heading toward town. It's a decent commute. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
For the rest of today, more sun than clouds, hot and humid with a high of 93. The record is 96, last reached in 1993. AccuWeather real fuel temperature will be near 100 this afternoon. Clear to partly cloudy, warm and sticky tonight, though 71. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
I tell you, Rob Pierce and I have become good friends. I've known him more than 20 years. What's disheartening and unfortunate is that when I text him, it's something like this that he knows so well, but it's scary. And here we are again, this woman, this fake nurse, working in 5 different Pennsylvania facilities. And Rob's the guy that had the cases that is protecting families whose loved ones were killed by a nurse who worked at like a dozen facilities. And I got to tell you, Rob, I can't understand why we keep telling the same story over and over again. It's scary, is it not, sir? It's actually frightening for people that have loved ones in this position, is it not, Rob?
It's very scary, Marty. Things appear to be getting better, and then all of a sudden you read a story like this, and it takes us back to where we've been for a long time.
I mean, she worked at 5 facilities. No one checks squat.
And, you know, from reading the articles and the information that's been made public, she had fake IDs, she had aliases, and yet no one called previous employers, from what it appears, to see why she only lasted a day or didn't even finish a shift. And she went from one facility to another. And it's just unexcusable, and we are having our elderly and our disabled and vulnerable population continue to be put at risk, and it's flat out wrong.
What do you tell people to do, man? I mean, here we go, another example.
I don't have a magical answer. I know you have to follow your gut. I know you have to be diligent. I know you have to be cautious in what you're hearing. Need to visit your loved ones, need to check up on your loved ones, but that doesn't allow all of us to sleep well at night knowing this type of conduct still exists.
Attorney Rob Pierce. Rob is, I'm assuming you're still in the middle of cases involving Heather Presty. Is that fair to say?
That is correct.
And tell our listeners what she did to some of the family members you represent and their family members.
Look, it's aware that she was involved in multiple homicides. She worked in, I believe, 11 facilities over 4 years, bouncing from one facility to another. You know, in the case we have here recently, it appears to be only drug-seeking behavior, and I don't say only lightly.
No, I get what you're saying.
You know, there are just some bad things happening out there, and bad people are involved in the medical system without proper oversight, or at least at a minimum, additional oversight needs to start taking place.
Rob Pierce with Robert Pierce and Associates. Rob, Presty was a flat-out serial killer. Flat out. Demonic, bent on killing people, serial killer, right?
She certainly killed multiple people, harmed multiple people, and those are only the ones that she's admitted to.
And my friend, you nailed it. She worked in 12 places? 12?
Yeah, it was, I think, 11 over 4.5 years.
It's unbelievable. No one stopped her. No one stopped her.
Went from one place to another to another. And again, Marty, when we've talked about this before, if someone would have placed a phone call, someone would have said, listen, why is this person no longer with you? What's the story? I think that's valuable information that could have prevented some harm. And so it just needs to start taking place.
I don't know what the hell I would do if someone I love needed to be in a facility like this. Like, how the hell am I supposed to know that there's drug addicts working there that haven't been checked out? How the hell am I supposed to know there's a serial killer there that hasn't been checked out? Honestly, Rob, there is no way. Is there, sir?
I do not have a magical answer other than when you have a loved one in one of these facilities, you have to visit him or her. You have to constantly check up. And unfortunately, the reason why they're in a facility is because they are suffering from horrific problems, and you're relying upon medical personnel to care for your loved one. And unfortunately, you just have to be diligent in what you do.
What's amazing about this case, and Rob pointed out, so you had this woman, Shannon, who was a drug addict, and she's trying to get high. So she'd last one day at some place, look for drugs, have no luck, and move on, and start somewhere the next day, right?
That's correct. And, I mean, I just think if you grab someone on the street today and said, hey, someone lasted literally half of a shift and was let go, and they're now applying at your place of employment, should you hire them? The answer would be no.
You know
and that just isn't happening here.
You know what, Rob, makes me so mad about what you just said? She was working for a staffing agency. They knew what the hell they were doing with her, bouncing her around like a ping pong ball. They knew, man. Obviously.
There clearly are some red flags there that not enough people paid attention to.
After each 2-day, 5-hour shift at a nursing facility, she was put on a do not retain list. Same woman hired again. A-lists, fake references, fake credentials. Fake staffing agency in one case. It's unbelievable. Rob Pierce.
In multiple states. 4 or 5 states she was in.
In multiple states. Lucky no one's dead that we know of. But this is where we're at. And I got to tell you, too, and I love him for it because he cares so much. My man Bob Garvin jumping in here saying, why the hell we still don't have granny cams in these rooms where you could watch these idiots? True, isn't it?
It is. And there just appear to be some simple things we can add to hopefully prevent some of this conduct.
It's so true. Robert Pearson Associates. Robert Pearson Associates does nothing but fight for families and really, truly gives a damn. That's why I end up calling him, because he's the best out there. My brother, thanks.
Thank you.
Horrible. It's absolutely disgusting. Vicky, go ahead.
Hey there. I just don't understand this nurse getting a job from time to time to time. I have worked in 2 places as a nurse. You have to show your license. You have to, do all kinds of things before they employ you.
Maybe where you worked, this woman used 10 aliases. 10 aliases, my dear, 10.
But they still have to go and show a license. Does she have a license for every place?
She lied. She had fake paperwork, fake names, fake credentials, fake staffing agency. And she did it all to go in and steal drugs. And she got in at least 5 places, my dear.
Well, she's evil and she needs to be put away.
And I love you for saying that, and you're right. But my dear, the bigger picture, how the hell do we know that the family we're putting in these places, that they're safe? How do we know?
We don't.
We don't.
And that's what's scary.
Hey, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Would you feel okay working in a place like this if there were cameras watching you? Would you be okay?
Yes. Yeah, I'd be fine. Because I'm not going to do anything wrong.
Bam! So I love Vicky. That's why it's a great phone call. She's right on. Right on, sister. This stuff is insane. 10 aliases. 5 states. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is some new projects kicking off this week, and one of them we want to mention is for southbound Route 8, otherwise known as 5th Avenue. This is in the city of Pittsburgh. Lane restrictions will occur on the southbound side of 5th Avenue between Simonton Street and Thomas Boulevard. Crews will be working there each day this week, weather permitting, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and actually next week as well through Friday, August 8th is when you'll find them out and about there, so keep in mind that they will be causing some slowdowns, and obviously mind your speeds through that work zone. There's a work zone on the outbound Parkway East at the Squirrel Hill tunnels, and everybody gets stuck in this every day. Right now, the outbound or eastbound 376 delays approaching the tunnels stack you before you head under the Greenfield Bridge overpass, so nearly a mile of delays as you're traveling there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Join the Allegheny Parks this summer for the 2025 Summer Concert Series. Each weekend, you'll have a chance to enjoy live music on Fridays at South Park Amphitheater and on Sundays at Heartwood Acres Amphitheater. Each concert is free and starts at 7:30 p.m. Local food trucks, craft beer, and wine will be on site at all concerts starting at 6 p.m. For the full lineup, visit AlleghenyCounty.us/summer. That's AlleghenyCounty.us/summer.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. A lot of people out there might be looking for a new start on their education and career goals in the new year. There's an affordable way to make it happen. CCAC, 81% of the students graduate debt-free. Wow. But even spending just the first 2 years at CCAC can save you $26,000 over public universities and over $75,000 over private colleges. So affordable. 130 programs. Visit ccac.edu. Love this place.
Okay, listen up. This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. There are no negatives to clothes fitting better. Being able to walk up the stairs not winded. Getting up off the floor easily. Decreased meds and off medications. Better hip and knee replacements. Greater self-worth and self-esteem, and absolutely feeling genuinely happy with who you are. That's exactly what we're going to do together. Call for making these changes become a reality. 1-800-9 900 thin.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-979-3168. 800-979-3168. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-979-3168.
If you're turning 65 this year, review your Medicare Part C options now. You need to know the difference between Advantage plans versus supplement plans. Contact locally owned and operated Need Part C today for a free consultation. That's Need Part C. Beat the annual enrollment rush. NeedPartC.com.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends. Weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check for your wallet first before hitting the drive-thru.
$6.
Sorry, forgot my wallet. I have change, though. Here's 40 cents, another 40. Ooh, a bicentennial.
What's that?
Oh, gosh.
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way. Give Bath R Us a ring. Call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $12,500 bathroom remodel with an additional savings of up to $3,000 plus low to no monthly payments. 412-556-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. All the time I'm talking about auto accidents, big crashes, big wrecks. Call 1-800-GET-PHIL or 412-281-5005. Look, Phil DeLucente and Associates, they're in Pittsburgh. They give free, that's right, free consultations. Phil and Ken Nolan, his partner, handle auto cases. I've worked with them a lot. So call 1-800-GET-PHIL. Call Ken Nolan and Phil DeLucente now at 1-800-GET-PHIL today. They're the best, folks.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
This stuff scares the hell out of me. Because this happens time and time again. The fact that we had a serial killer nurse that worked in 12 places and was allowed to kill at every place and was never caught till the end. After what they say, at least 17 people she killed. And then this woman, who worked in 5 different states, had 10 IDs. Wow. She was a drug addict, so she'd go to a facility and lie, and they'd hire her, the true story, to take care of your loved ones. And she'd look for drugs, and if she couldn't find them, she'd go to another one like 2 days later, and she still got hired there. She worked everywhere, man. And she was on a do not retain list, and they still hired her. Now, in the defense of these care centers, they're desperate. No one wants to work there. They don't pay. It's scary, man. Where the hell do you put mom and dad? Grandma? Forget that in 10 years. Where the hell do I go? No, really. Can't tell you. Grace, Rochester, thanks for your patience. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Marty. Thank you for having me on. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible for you. I could tell you stories. I had my mother in a nursing facility until I could get her out and home with me. She had a stroke. Wow. What I saw, I just couldn't believe, in a very well-known, reputable, popular nursing facility. I was there every single day and night. I lost 23 pounds.
What?
And people can't go all the time like I could.
Sure.
They told me, you're here too much.
No.
You need to quit coming. So I snapped photos of what I saw. I was abhorred. I snapped photos in every room that I went to. A man came up and begged me to go to the head guy. He said, I was just there. He will listen to you. He doesn't know what's going on. I watched you snapping photos.
Photos of what? Photos of what, Grace?
Patients hanging upside down.
Oh.
Somebody taking the patient's medicine. My mother, in a fire drill, was raised up on the bed. This was a saint of a woman, Marty. Her bed was raised up. She was hanging upside down on the sheet. I swear to God, I have the photos.
Jesus.
I'm a reputable place. I had photos. They said, Grace, you let your mother hang upside down. I said, I had to. I had to get the photos. It only took a minute. Then I picked her up, and I screamed for help, and the whole staff ran. They says, what the hell what's she doing raised up? And why isn't her call button on? I said, don't ask me. I'm not in charge of this place. They said, she's a stroke victim. What's her bar doing done? And they just went on and on like I was responsible. So I went to the man, and he looked at the photos, the head man. Yeah. He said, I'm sick. I'm totally sick in my stomach. I said, you ought to be. And he said, what do you want me to do? Because I am prepared to fire them all, the whole bunch on your mother's wing. The idiot that I was, I said, no, I don't want any of them fired. They're young mothers. I said, punish them maybe, screw up their schedule so they have to get out of here. But don't fire any of them.
So help me with this, my dear, because you're right about everything, and I love you for it. What the hell are we supposed to do?
Well, first of all, Marty, you have to be there faithfully.
It's true.
Or have a relative be there. They hated me because I was there. They told me to my face, you're here too much. I said, what's the matter? You're afraid I'm going to see what I shouldn't be seeing?
Yeah, but why the hell can't we trust them to do background checks, simplest check on the people they hire to save our lives?
Marty, I was just recently had a total knee, and the woman scared the living daylight outside of me, an expert nurse. When I called another reputable place, she thanked me 100 times for calling to report her. I said, what kind of a nurse? She goes, what are you talking about, nurse? I said, she's a nurse. She's an expert. She said, she's a McDonald's employee.
Oh, Jesus.
I said, whoa, wait a minute. This woman that scared the crap out of me, I'm in severe pain, screaming for Jesus with a total knee replacement. You're telling me she's not a nurse? She said she has no experience whatsoever.
Oh,
she works at McDonald's. I said, don't you scream them? Don't you look? She said, no, ma'am. Unfortunately, that passed through.
No.
I said, get her out of my house. In fact, maybe let her come one more time so I can get my hands on her.
Oh.
She said, no, she's fired. She's fired. I mean, I'm in severe pain from a total knee. Day 3, she's there. She's the best nurse, she said, McDonald's worker. Because they must be forced to scream. Then I took Mom home after by the way, he turned the whole floor upside down. Yeah. He fired the head, the kingpin, and the 3 men that I absolutely loved took care of my mother. They had utmost respect for her. And the other ones, I said, what happened?
But hold on, I'm running out of time, and you're wonderful. How the hell do we know where to put our loved ones, dear? How?
First of all, Marty, you have to do your research. You have to ask other people.
Right.
what was your experience of this place? But, Marty, I was in a very, very, very popular
Hey, before you go, would you support cameras in the rooms?
Oh, you darn right.
Boom. I love her. I had to cut her off because I'm way over, but she's amazing. And I love you, man.
Americans spend $66 billion on weight loss products and services each year. And you know what? Right here in our hometown, Pittsburgh's very own board-certified and licensed hypnotherapist Dan Bitchoff has helped thousands of people do just that, lose weight, keep it off. In fact, he's been helping people take back control of their lives for more than 20 years here in Pittsburgh at the PA Hypnosis Center. You have an opportunity to do the same. Are you battling anxiety? So many people are. He can help you with that. If you want to quit smoking, Dan Bitchoff is the call you should make at the PA Hypnosis Center today. Schedule your pre-consultation at 724-934-8446, 724-934-8446. Dan can help you reach your goal with a 98% success guarantee. 724-934-8446. Call now.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Look, with Medicare, this is important stuff, and there's never one size fits all. That's the beauty of MediConnect. That's why I love the company. The folks at MediConnect, they'll sit down with you in your home or in the office, anywhere you wish, to answer Medicare questions and compare plans with your current situation. There is never, ever a fee for their services. And they got 70 different plans. Medicare made simple. MediConnect, 888-818-6334. NASCO Roofing has done work on every one of my family's house. My sister, my brother, our house. They have done work on every single one of their homes and my home, and unbelievable work. Lifetime guarantee. Amazing work ethic. Amazing pricing. NASCO Roofing. NASCO. 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 83 and cloudy at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The first 10 names for the Pittsburgh Walk of Fame have been released today. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the list.
The inaugural inductees include jazz great George Benson, journalist Nellie Bly, Andrew Carnegie, environmentalist and writer Rachel Carson, Roberto Clemente, Michael Keaton, Fred Rogers, medical researcher Dr. Jonas Salk, Andy Warhol, and playwright August Wilson. Their names will be featured on large bronze stars in the sidewalk at the Strip District Terminal on Smallman Street. Each star will be accompanied by a narrative plaque that briefly describes the honorees' key achievements and ties to the Pittsburgh region. Michael Keaton is scheduled to appear at the ribbon cutting and induction ceremony, which will take place October 20th. The public is invited to attend. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The United States and the European Union have agreed to a trade framework setting a 15% tariff on most European goods, while all EU countries will open for U.S. goods at 0%. President Donald Trump announced the agreement Sunday after a meeting with the European Commission chief.
They are going to agree to invest into the United States $600 billion more than they're investing already. So they're investing a large amount of money.
Right now on Wall Street, investors are neutral on this news. The Dow is only up 13 points, the NASDAQ up 53, and the S&P up 4 points. Pittsburgh Regional Transit's bus rapid transit project is getting closer to completion. News Radio KDKA's Rob Taylor has that.
Headed downtown Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh Regional Transit's 5 new bus stations are now open. It's all part of the new University line that will run in exclusive bus lanes from downtown to Oakland. The new stations are at 5th and Ross Street, 5th and William Penn Place, 5th and Market, 6th and Wood, and 6th and Grant Street. A number of buses will be using the new stations to pick up and drop off riders, but more time is needed to install the new bus stations in Uptown and Oakland, as well as new traffic lights and other improvements. The entire bus rapid transit project is scheduled to be completed in 2027. Rob Taylor, News Radio, KDKA.
The Allegheny County Health Department says recent testing shows more mosquito samples are positive for West Nile virus. In response, there will be spraying this week in Point Breeze, Regent Square, Edgewood, Wilkinsburg, East Hills, Homewood, and Highland Park. Spraying is scheduled in those areas on Wednesday night between 8 and 11 p.m. KDKA Sports, the Pirates are starting a 6-game road trip tonight at San Francisco. Mitch Keller is the Bucs starter. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. Learn how the Inflation Reduction Act impacts your Medicare plan. Get help selecting the best plan for you? Call One Health Benefits, 724-799-8873. 83 and cloudy in Pittsburgh now. The AccuWeather forecast next.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Marty Griffin here. Right now, choose from payments as low as $99 a month or 12 months with no payments and no interest, plus a free in-home window and energy assessment. Call 412-545-6003.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Lunch was great. Lawrenceville is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Man, I love this. It's Marty. Good paying jobs. Not just any jobs. Jobs that can support your family. Great benefits. Opportunities for advancement. This is the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, representing construction workers and public sector employees. Over 500,000 strong. I love them. Phil Amaris leads this great union. He's one of my boys. He's one of my favorite people on earth. I'm serious. Pennsylvania Laborers District Council. Check them out. LaborPA.org. They're powerful. I'm telling you, I love them.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
For the rest of today, more sun than clouds, hot and humid with a high of 93. The record is 96, last reached in 1993. AccuWeather real fuel temperature will be near 100 this afternoon. Clear to partly cloudy, warm and sticky tonight, though 71. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You never appreciate great medical care till you leave Pittsburgh. Huh. I broke 2 toes. No big deal. No life or death. But my toe swelled up like a pumpkin, and it hurt like hell. And we were in Hershey. Wonderful town. Beautiful town. And the Med Express was horrible. It was. Man. We're in trouble, man. I'm sitting there talking to the nurses, one nurse, and the doctors, one doctor. They had an 80-patient backup. 80 patients. Seriously. Three-and-a-half-hour wait. 3.5 hours. Half the supplies were gone. The x-ray machine was broken. I'm not exaggerating. And I'm very curious by nature. And the doctor, and again, this isn't life or death for me, but I wanted an x-ray of my foot. And the x-ray machine was broken. They had to, hit it on the side. I'm not kidding. This wonderful doctor says to me, hey, I wasn't even supposed to be here. They begged me to drive 2.5 hours to come here because they had no doctor. 80 patients. And she says, we're supposed to wake up we're supposed to open at 8 o'clock. I get here, there's no one here, so there's no other staff there. The nurse comes in, wonderful. But by the way, their aptitude and knowledge was amazing and wonderful. But they were ready to punch a wall. The doctor says, look, I don't even have a name tag. People don't even know if I'm a doctor. Oh. They had no doctor to open up the facility. None. And half their equipment was gone. No sutures. Huh? So a guy had this big cut. They couldn't sew him up because they had no sutures. I'm not kidding. They had none of that plaster crap or whatever it is to fix a broken arm. None. Hello. What is that? I mean, something about that is scary. And they were wonderful to us. But so I did some digging because it has UPMC's name on it, and they said, yeah, it's a mess. We just bought it. We're trying to fix it. It's going to take a while. My man Steve said you could have drove home in that time and had better care. He's right, actually. My man Steve, you're right. We went in there, and honestly, they were so nice. Very respectful, very concerned about your health. She looked at us and said, it's 3 hours. I said, huh? She said, yes, sir, we have an 80-patient backup. Huh? They had no doctor. Huh? One nurse. Yep. A woman came in with a massive, big bump on her head, bleeding, with a big, towel on her head. They sent her to the ER at the local hospital. They couldn't help her. They couldn't see her. They didn't have a doctor. Don't know what to say about that kind of madness, but it was maddening. And you know me, I like to push buttons, so I'm texting some big shots at UPMC, and they said, we're on the phone with them right now. This is not tolerable. And they got them the supplies. They're trying to get them more staff, but it's a crisis. It just is. Forget about my silly broken toes. It's a nuisance injury. I'm talking about people with chest pain. Oh, man. And so what we had there, they had 2 wonderful employees for the whole clinic, 2. And I mean that. And they were disgusted with their careers and wanted to quit. And so you lose the good ones because they get their butts kicked every day. It's hard, man. It's hard. And, this following the last hour, we just talked about this craziness, right? With nursing homes. You got people in nursing homes killing people. It's frightening. It's frightening, is it not, Kathy? Right?
Yes, it definitely is, Marty. Hi, I'm calling about my mother She is in a memory care up in Cranberry Township.
Sure.
And I have to say, she is getting very good care. And I know that because we are there every day. You know, I have the 2 siblings that we do take our, our turns going and spending a couple hours every day with her. But I'm telling you, like when we went there a year ago to check it out and everything and sign the contract, we did ask. We want a Ring camera in her room. And
wow.
Yes, and they did not have it anywhere in the contract, but they said, well, we can't stop you. So
hold on. Patrick is here. Patrick is here. Actually had a loved one who was one of his boys in a facility because he had issues he was having. He was dying, quite frankly. And you had cameras in his room, sir, did you not?
Yes, we did. And in fact, we talked to, because it's a private apartment, they said you can absolutely do that. There were no other patients in his room. It was just him, so it was his private apartment. So they could do that. And the staff just were notified. You go in there, you're on camera.
But what did they give you an exception? Because weren't they troubled that other employees?
No, they didn't even. They did not say anything about exception. It wasn't in the contract about whether you could have them or not. It was just they just said yes, you can have them because she is in her own room, but you cannot, make sure it isn't in the hallway, like it doesn't see the hallway or anything. It just is on her bedroom and in her. It can only scan right in her room. Oh. And honestly, she cannot advocate for herself at all. I mean, she needs help to get out, and they have call bells on the not call bells. Forgive me. They have these flashing lights we put on the floor, and when she moves, they try to get her out of bed on her own, which she shouldn't. They go off, and they're right in there.
Wow.
She can get very agitated, like taking a shower, and it's very tough. But she can't advocate, and these people can't. They need somebody to hold them accountable.
Hell yeah.
And the girls all know. And guess what? They're all wonderful. I mean, maybe they know they're on camera, but they're not always on camera.
Yeah, you're right.
We're not watching this 24/7. She's out doing activities all day. This might be when
Kathy,
she's going to bed.
you have no idea how they're fighting us to try and get laws passed to put granny cams in all the rooms. You have no idea the pushback from state leaders. They're so ignorant.
No, you got to.
Until their loved ones are there.
Right.
Kathy,
I agree 100%. But
it's I got to take a quick break. I got to grab Andy Sheehan and talk about the North Side. You got to hear this next.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius. Or 2 half geniuses and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
So my brother-in-law, Scott, had open heart surgery, UPMC. Amazing, amazing surgeons. Amazing effort in the ICU. Amazing nurses. Amazing care. My sis Barb goes to Hillman twice a week for cancer treatment. For pancreatic cancer. Amazing, amazing treatment. Life-saving. Life-changing information. UPMC. Amazing place.
U.S. Steel's new partnership with Nippon Steel
is generating an extra spark in our mills
and fresh energy in our minds.
As employees of U.S. Steel,
we'd like to thank the communities where we live and work for your support.
The partnership means better opportunities for our employees, more prosperity for our communities,
and more steel made right here in America.
Thank you for believing in the future of U.S. Steel.
A stronger America
is made here.
Always.
Hey folks, Marty here. My man Carlos from Greater Pitt Tree Service. Unbelievable, 32 years experience. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, senior discounts, military discounts, specializing in large and confined area removals, training to work near power lines. Amazing. 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE. It's the absolute best tree service ever. Greater Pitt Tree Service. Hey, folks, it's Marty. My friend Robert Levin and his Levin Furniture and Mattress Store team have put together an amazing 4-day sale. Get not one, not two, not three, but 4 times the sales tax discount. Plus, up to 50% off new arrivals and get 5 full years special financing on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. No money down. Levin also has the guaranteed lowest prices on Tempur-Pedic and Purple for Life mattresses. Shop Levin's huge 4-day sale today. Amazing. Get Marty, brought to you by UPMC, life-changing medicine.
CBS Eye on Veterans from ConnectingVets.com. The new book, Forged in Chaos, A Warrior's Origin Story, is a must-read for anyone who survived trauma. It begins with author and former Delta Force operator Tyler Gray describing the roots of his career in one of America's most covert military units.
You know, I'd watched a million Vietnam movies and Vietnam shows, and I just remember thinking, wow, like, it fits. This is who I am, and this is what I was meant to be doing. And so I was very lucky to be able to go to Ranger Battalion. I spent most of my time there as a sniper, deployed to Afghanistan as a sniper team leader, got to work with the special missions unit there. And after that experience, I was like, that's where I want to be.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, we offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options to cover your small business needs and more. Visit Progressive.com today.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Andy Sheehan's my boy, one of my closest friends, like my brother, honestly, and the best reporter I know. I just love him because he's so good at this. I heard this and snagged this, and I have him live, but I want you to hear this clip. This makes me sad and angry and a little bitter, quite frankly, when I hear this. Listen to this piece Sheehan broke on Friday. Listen. It's crazy.
Business district on the rebound with Tony restaurants and shops. But owners say since the city opened this outreach center for the homeless, addicted, and mentally ill, there's been a surge of drug activity, thefts, and assaults.
Open drug use, open drug selling, just disorderly conduct.
Lauren Bradley and her husband renovated this building, turning it into an upscale espresso bar and shop. But she says all that street activity is keeping their customers away.
Lack in foot traffic, people feel unsafe. Financial hardship for a small business, it's been very hard to bear.
People are passed out on the street. We're often calling 911 to make sure that they're okay.
The Outreach Center opened during the pandemic and is run by the city's Roots Outreach team, providing social services, including free needles. Though the center is well-intentioned, businesses say it's become a magnet for addicts who shoot up drugs in the alleyways. An overdose on East Ohio Street, where we found syringes and Narcan packages.
Having it located on East Ohio Street in the middle of a vibrant business district is not the right location for it.
Also citing a spate of recent assaults and thefts, the business owners have petitioned the mayor to move the center. Public Safety Director Lee Schmidt confirms the city is now actively searching for another location, but says that's not as easy as it sounds.
We have to be strategic. Otherwise, all we do is move the problem around over and over again.
Like the decommissioning of homeless encampments, Schmidt says the city doesn't want to relocate the center, only to repeat the problem somewhere else. But the owners say they've had enough and want action now.
We need this to be shut down immediately.
You're not going to close it down immediately?
Not immediately. Like I said, we do have every intention of moving it to a different location. We're just asking for a little more time to find a good location so we're not just constantly moving it every 6 months or every year.
Familiar? I wish I could say this was an anomaly. I wanted to call Sheehan when I saw his piece because it just hit me right in the gonads, quite frankly. Oh, it's so frustrating. And no one By the way, more compassionate for the homeless or folks with mental illness or alcoholism or a drug addiction than Andy Sheehan. But Andy, this is horrible, is it not, sir? It's just ridiculous decision making, is it not, sir?
I don't know. I mean, it's a stodgy problem. This East Ohio Street. They've tried to, business owners and entrepreneurs and the city and community groups, they've been trying to, revitalize it. Some people would say gentrify it. There's a bunch of Tony new restaurants and shops opening up there.
Not for long.
Yeah, not for long.
I mean, your report would turn the light on for me, brother. I've seen this movie, my man. So have you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. So, I mean, we have an addiction, mental health crisis in America, and the answers to it are short, and the commitment to it is short. Right. I mean, to go back, we used to have mental institutions, hospitals. We don't have them anymore.
Right.
In the 70s, it was like deinstitutionalization, put people back into communities. We'll give them services and medication. Well, all that stuff went away.
It's gone.
And so now we just don't, now we have this problem of people that rampant addiction and mental illness living on the streets. And, the Republicans blame the Democrats for not dealing with it, and then the Republicans don't want to deal with it at all. So
and hold on.
This is where we're at.
We were talking about this morning because you're right about this. It's a fantastic story. It's so enlightening. Look what's happened at that 2nd Avenue Commons, man, and that shelter.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have a friggin' refugee camp outside the doors. Have you seen this? Of course you have. It's unbelievable.
I have, yeah.
And there's no freak. A woman was carjacked who works for the county from that corner. No solution to any of it, brother. None.
All right. Well, so what do you do?
I don't know.
Let's talk about it. What do you do?
Well, Jesus Christ, allocate money and build facilities to get them freaking help.
All right, but nobody's talking about that
they
right
sure
now.
Are, my man. They sure as hell aren't, brother. I don't know.
Talking about doing it?
Your story is enlightening, man. I tell you. And, because I know so many guys and women that own businesses, and you might as well just light the damn thing on fire if you do this to them. Mm-hmm. And that's the other end of this. And you could tell they were frustrated, aren't they, buddy?
They're very frustrated, and I mean, if you invested in a coffee shop or, there's beautiful businesses down there, trying to revitalize, the north side. Yep. There's a business called, right across the street from there, there's a business called The Farmer's Daughter, which is a flower shop, and, it would serve an upscale clientele, but, they have this, people ODing, people gather there.
Because they give them free needles.
Well, the city has a needle exchange there, and according to the city, they you have to exchange needles to get one. But there's also these other groups over there, that are more kind of radical, and they cater to the homeless, and some say would enable, and they just sort of I'm told they randomly just give out needles and give out tents and things like that. So. That's not under the city's purview, but since they've opened this center, that's where these mobile vans, pull up there. So, it's a problem there.
God,
let's give some credit. I've done a lot of stories about, the encampments and homeless people, and it was all laissez-faire for 3 years, and it just got out of control. But in the last year, let's give credit where credit's due. I mean, they have closed down the major encampments on the North Shore, behind the jail, and on the south side. They've gotten those people into shelter, and they're moving people in shelter into more permanent housing.
Hold on. I don't want to rain on your parade because you're right about all that. However, I have a dozen emails from people where they moved these folks into houses in neighborhoods, and now they're selling drugs and getting high in those houses because they didn't address their mental illness, drug addiction, or alcoholism. They just moved them in and said, knock yourself out. Seriously.
Yeah.
They moved the crap and the explosive device from one corner to the next. It's a magnificently large problem, sir. And you pointed it out. It's they enabled this, and
I'm sort of like facilitating a dialogue here. I'm empathetic to I'm empathetic to the business owners, and
I love you.
I mean, the North Shore, North Side, East Ohio Street. I mean, they're trying to shake.
They are.
Decades of an image problem over there. It used to be alcohol.
Yep.
Used to be, you'd see people drunk on the streets there, and they had that rehab center that, that eventually was closed down.
Yep.
And it had a reputation, but now it's, now it's heroin. Now it's fentanyl,
you're right. It's a great story. I appreciate you, man. You're the best, Sheehan.
All right, man. Take care.
It's a horror movie, and his report just pulls a scab, and I love him, and he's fantastically talented.
This is certified elder law attorney Julian Gray, and I've been helping Pittsburghers for 30 years navigating the legal issues surrounding aging. Get ready for your retirement years and what lies ahead with a no-obligation consultation. Visit grayelderlaw.com.
The rise, and it's devastating if it happens to you. Listen to the alarming words of an actual home title thief.
I don't need to know your date of birth and social security number. All I have to do is go to public records, create a document, and file that document. And then I can borrow against the house or sell the house. You may have no clue until you find out that your house has been sold or till several loans or several banks are foreclosing on you.
For pennies a day, Home Title Lock puts a virtual barrier of protection around your home's title with 24/7 monitoring. The instant they detect any tampering, you'll get an alert. And that's bad news for home title thieves. So when's the last time you checked on the title to your home? Find out if you're already a victim with your free title scan and complete title report. $100 value free with sign up. Just go to HomeTitleLock.com and sign up in minutes. That's HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 87 degrees at 12:30. I'm David Ballarado. We're in the first of 3 straight days of hotter than normal weather, perhaps record-setting. News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen has the story.
High temperatures will reach the low to mid-90s through Wednesday, about 10 degrees above average and not far from all-time highs. Tuesday's record is 96. Wednesday's is 94. Real feels will reach the mid to upper 90s. CBS meteorologist Craig Allen says we'll have plenty of company.
We are talking about nearly 200 million people under some type of heat alert.
If you're thinking it's hotter than normal, KDKA TV meteorologist Ron Smiley did some digging and learned since June 1st, the number of hours Pittsburgh has been above 75 degrees has reached the 4th highest level ever. Much better conditions arrive Thursday. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
PennDOT has launched a new public awareness campaign to help truckers avoid hitting low bridges. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has that story.
PennDOT's Jason Zhang tells Larry Richard the Check Your Height, Know It's Right campaign is part of a multi-state collaboration, encouraging motorists to know their vehicle height and check that it will safely fit under bridges on their route.
Nowadays, to build a bridge over an interstate, it has to be 16 foot, 6 inches minimum height. But back in the day, they didn't have that height. And so the lower the bridge, the probability that it's going to get hit, from what I've seen, it goes up and up and up.
Pennsylvania motorists can use 511PA to check their route for low clearance bridges using the low bridge map layer. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street at this lunch hour, the Dow is up 18 points, the Nasdaq is higher by 62 points, and the S&P 500 is up 5.5. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:31. Our next update's at 1. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Wondering why your meds cost so much, even with insurance? Or maybe your pharmacy shut down and now you don't know where to go? I'm Kyle from Blueberry Pharmacy. We do things differently. No insurance needed, no surprises. Just the real cost of your medication plus a small, transparent dispensing fee. It's called Cost Plus Pricing, and it's how pharmacy should work. Anyone can use us with or without insurance. We ship across Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, and Florida. Call 412-612-2279 or visit blueberrypharmacy.com. Blueberry Pharmacy, Pittsburgh's only 5-star pharmacy.
Woman came to me with a debilitating medical condition. Debilitating. Folks, lost her hand due to a medical mistake. No one would help her except John Perry at Perry Calder Law. And they have doctors on staff. I'm telling you, folks, the big hospitals, the big companies, they're all afraid of Perry Calder because they win. Perry Calder, 412-281-4200, 412-281-4200.
The biggest reason Metropolitan Window Company has been in business since 1978 is our huge list of satisfied customers.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're getting expertise and attention to detail from a trusted business that puts your needs first.
You're also getting our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows that are built for life.
The most important part of a window is the framing. Fiberglass frames won't lose their dimensional integrity. They're the strongest, longest-lasting window you can buy.
And right now, you can save 30% and get 18-month no-interest financing on every window and door product we offer.
Stop by one of our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. You want a new physical therapy experience? You want a treatment plan centered on you? Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, is spelled different, because they are different. Monroeville Physical has new technology and an expert staff to give you a personalized experience to get you back to loving your life. Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200. They help me dramatically love physical. Check it out.
UPMC is one of the largest and most experienced heart transplant programs in the state, offering hope for even the most complex cases.
Because of the expertise that exists here at UPMC, it allows us to take on patients that have been turned down at other centers. It's extremely rewarding to be able to transplant patients that are on death's door. It's the closest thing I think we have in medicine to a miracle.
Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-408-4040. That's 800-408-4040. 800-408-4040.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine and some clouds for the rest of today. Hot and humid with a high of 93. The record is 96 that was last reached in 1993, but the AccuWeather real field temperatures could top 100. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy and muggy, though 71. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
If your car has a broken piece of glass, bring your car to Ryan's Auto Glass. So quit your whining and crying. Call 1-800-GET-RYAN. Bring your car to Ryan'sAutoGlass.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
People discuss me regarding pets. I saw this morning. I didn't believe it, so I had to reach out to my boy, Paul Anthony, the best dog trainer I've ever known. So they have these shelters, What happens is idiots, they see a cute dog and they buy the cute dog and they have no interest in taking care of the cute dog, training it, taking care of it. And so now what they're doing, because of inflation and high costs and vet bills and pet food bills, they're dumping them in shelters. There's one shelter in New York that has 1,000 pets. 1,000. It's not manageable. And check this out. In 2019, 55% of dog shelters had live outcomes, meaning they return the dog to the owner. Not anymore. Now they're not, and they're euthanizing the dogs. 350,000 they killed. This is just one number. It's insane. They euthanize like 7 million dogs and cats in America every year. And now these are folks, though, they're going and buying these pedigree dogs, and they can't afford to take care of them, so they dump them in a shelter, and the shelter has to kill the dog. I didn't know this was happening because I don't pay attention to this number, and I thought people didn't do this like they used to, but I was wrong. And Paul Anthony, who is one of my closest friends and the best dog trainer I've ever known. So this is accurate, sir, is it not?
Yes, sir, Marty. It truly is, and it's a shame.
What the hell's going on? Why is this transpiring, sir?
So many people have gotten dogs over COVID, or they've seen it on TV, or they watch it on social media now.
So true.
And they can't handle the dog, so they dump it back off into the shelter. You know, there's no training for the dog.
He's gone. Oh. You just got blown out. Paul, call back. Call back. That was Mike Sully, but Mike's not on until 1 o'clock. I'm going to have to tell Mike to call back at 1 o'clock. So what Paul's saying is people can't take care of the dogs that they're supposed to. And are you back, Paul?
Yes, sir, I am.
That's
I don't
not
know what happened.
That's us, man. So what happens is they see the cute doggy, they go get the cute doggy, then they can't take care of the cute doggy, so they dump the cute doggy, don't they?
Yes, absolutely. Instead of taking the dog to training or anything like that, they dump it. This is what I tell people because they think dogs are easy or they've owned a dog before. I've been driving since I've been 16 years old, and I can't fix my vehicle. I take it to a mechanic. We dog trainers can be your mechanics to help you with the behaviors of your dogs. So we can definitely do that.
But they don't want to do that. They see these cute dogs, they think just take it home, it'll be fine. And then it costs. The vet bills are insane. The vaccinations are insane.
Yes, they are. Thank goodness we have dog insurance because at one time, in the last 3.5 years, I believe we have paid over $22,000 for our dogs for emergencies, operations, and things like that. Now, we got over $18,000 back because of our insurance, but if we wouldn't have had that, it would have been a crisis. But people don't look at that either. Oh, well, I'm not going to pay $50 a month for insurance or this or that. People just think that this dog is a stuffed animal.
Yep. Oh, man, this is aggravating me. That's not him again. That's not cool. Hey, Paul, call on the phone line. Please. That's not his fault. So what's happening is that folks can't. So they see a cute dog. They go pick it up. They can't pay for it. And then they dump it at a shelter. That is, by the way, what's happening with Paul Anthony is someone else is calling in at the same time and it pushes him off the line. It is not his fault. It is us. Sorry, brother. Sorry, brother. So
you're all good, man.
So let me use this number. Because I see all these commercials now for the dog food, right? The farmer's fresh dog food, farmer's dog, some crap. And I looked it up. It's like $200 a month just for the food, and it can go higher. People can't pay that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And they don't do the research as, before they get the dog. They don't look at the vet bills. They don't look at the food, the treats, the training, the boarding if you go on vacation. If you have a dog walker, it can be significant. It could be significant, monthly and yearly.
And by the way, my man, they dump off that dog and think, oh, it'll be fine. They euthanize a lot of these dogs, do they not, sir?
Yes. One thing that I would love to ask the shelters and rescues, and I don't have anything against this, Marty, because I know that dogs need saved and rescues out there, and we try to do what we could do. And I have clients who have done this also, so I'm not getting on them. But why are we bringing dogs from other countries over to the United States to get adopted when we have too many dogs here that are getting euthanized?
In airplanes.
Yes.
So Patrick did a search on Pet Finder. 2,500 dogs available for adoption right now. 1,500 cats, and that's just for starters. It's insane.
Yes, it truly is, Marty. We need to figure out a way to deal with the overpopulation and for just people not taking care of their dogs. I mean, it's ridiculous. It truly is. Me being in this field, it is truly ridiculous.
And if you take your dog to a vet, it's $200 just to begin. It's just, you better be prepared for this, right, sir?
Oh, absolutely. It's you're looking at shots. You're looking at booster shots. You're looking at just a basic evaluation in case your dog gets hurt. You're looking at grooming expenses.
Yep.
You're looking at getting the nails cut.
Yep.
It adds up.
And people don't get it, and then they dump a dog at a shelter, and it gets put to sleep, and which is sickening, is it not?
Yeah, because they don't care. This has become a throwaway society for animals, for cats, dogs, any type of animal you have.
It's important, man. Thank you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Sad, man. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, we've had over the years different. We go out somewhere with our dog, and everybody says, "Oh, I love that dog. It's so beautiful, so obedient." Well, yeah, you got to take the time to train the dog.
Right on.
And people don't want to do that.
It's a great call, and he's right on. And my boy, the chief, sent me a note. Going to the vet is like going to Costco. $250 at least every trip. It's true, man. Our dog has allergies. Okay. I love the dog. Love it. Just the allergy medication's $200. Grooming. What is it, $90? Every 6 weeks? Boarding. What's it cost when you put your dog somewhere per day, Patrick? What's it cost?
About $100 a day.
A day?
Depending, yeah.
So if you go for 7 days, you're at $700.
I have 2 dogs, so my cost gets doubled.
You're not poor mouthing, you're not complaining, but it's a big deal.
It is. You have to factor that in when you make plans.
And this dog food crap, this farmer's dog, $250 a month. They send it to you in the mail and it's wet. Okay.
I mean, I know some dogs have to eat that stuff because they have digestive issues, but not mine.
But it's crazy money and no one thinks of this stuff. Oh, he's cute. Let's bring him home. Okay. But you don't write the check and then the dog ends up being euthanized. It's sickening.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check for your wallet first before hitting the drive-thru.
$6. Sorry, forgot my wallet. I have change, though. Here's 40 cents, another 40. Ooh, a bicentennial.
What's that?
Oh, gosh.
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
NASCO Roofing has done work on everyone in my family's house. My sister, my brother, our house. They have done work on every single one of their homes and my home, and unbelievable work. Lifetime guarantee. Amazing work ethic. Amazing pricing. NASCO Roofing. NASCO. 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life. Your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way, give Bath R Us a ring. Call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $12,500 bathroom remodel with an additional savings of up to $3,000 plus low to no monthly payments. 412-556-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Upside presents Locals Just Know. In Pittsburgh, there are things that you just know. Like on game day, you can wear whatever you want as long as it's black or yellow.
Look, Mom, I dressed myself. That's great, honey, but it's game day, and you're wearing Eagle colors. Let's go swap that shirt.
Well, here's something not all Pittsburghers know yet. You can now earn Upside cash back at hundreds of nearby restaurants, gas stations, and grocery stores. Even local favorites like Giant Eagle, Market District, and Get Go. The best part? With Upside, you can earn cash back on top of your credit or debit card rewards and loyalty programs like My Perks from Giant Eagle. Download the free Upside app, and soon you'll feel like every day is game day. For a limited time, get a 10% bonus on your first purchase with promo code PITT03. That's promo code PITT03 for an extra 10% cashback bonus. Upside. Cashback smarter. Offers vary by user and location. Terms and conditions apply. Go to upside.com for details.
If you're turning 65 this year, review your Medicare Part C options now. You need to know the difference between Advantage plans versus supplement plans. Contact locally owned and operated Need Part C today for a free consultation. That's Need Part C. Beat the annual enrollment rush. NeedPartC.com.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Boeing is preparing for another possible strike, this one at its St. Louis and Illinois defense hubs, where it makes F-15s and FA-18 fighter jets. 3,200 machinist factory workers rejected a contract offer that would have boosted their pay by 20% over 4 years, but they're demanding more. Now, the contract expired this morning. There's a 7-day cooling-off period before any workers can walk. That's next Monday. With an August 1st deadline looming, it's a big week for U.S. trade deals like the one reached with the European Union over the weekend. It's also a big week for tech earnings. We get results from Apple, Amazon, Meta, and Microsoft this week. There's also a Federal Reserve meeting on interest rates, and although no change in rates is expected on Wednesday, there may be some hints to the Fed's plans for the rest of the year. And on Wall Street, add that up, and it's giving stocks just a little bit of a boost. The Dow and the S&P 500 up a small fraction. The NASDAQ is up about 0.25%. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
The voice of Pittsburgh.
100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So many things going on here to trouble me. That Sheehan thing. That's just ignorant. Not Sheehan. This piece is amazing. So you spend $500,000 to $1 million you put in this beautiful coffee shop. Patrick, you've seen this happening over there. You saw this go downhill.
Yeah, I've seen it over the last year or so over there. Because I go to Farmer's Daughter Flowers over there.
Which is on?
Probably once a month. Right there on East Ohio Street.
Which, by the way, they're trying to revitalize.
It's directly across the street from this community outreach
Roots.
Center. Yeah. And there are restaurants that have closed over there because they couldn't sustain it. The neighborhood, and I know people that live a block off of there in those row houses, those Georgetown row houses, and they've told me the crime has increased. The people wandering through, trying to go through cars, breaking into cars.
Because they want to get high.
Yeah.
And they're giving them free needles. That's horrible, man. And do you hear what the city said? We don't know what we're going to do. I'd like to move these centers right next to their homes. See how fast that would happen. God bless the drug addicts and alcoholics and folks with mental illness, but the plan is not put a center right in the middle of a district putting in new restaurants, spending millions of dollars to try and come back. My boy, Super Dave, is a genius and says, look, man, it's like mice to cheese, man. You put the block of cheese in the middle of your house, and the mice are coming to the block of cheese. You put the rehab centers, you put the free syringe facilities and the free tent facilities right in the middle of downtown, and they're going to come there. So they try and fix up East Ohio Street, and you bring in all these hipster restaurants, and then you put in this center that gives out free needles and tents. And you're shocked that now you have drug addicts? It's horrible, man. It's horrible. It's ignorant, too. It's so destructive. Patrick, it's sketchy over there now. It's sketchy.
Yeah. It's backwards progress. Since they did that over there, the neighborhood has gone backwards. I've heard some people say the old North Side's coming back.
I heard that. This is their plan. And Sheehan's right, too. So then they put them in houses. Honestly, they're drug addicts with mental illness and alcoholism problems. And they put them in the house in the middle of Greenfield. What the hell do you think happens? What do you think they do? They get high. They get drunk. They're drug addicts. What's a drug addict do when they say they have free needles? They go get free needles. What the hell? Mice to cheese, man. Come on. And those jagoffs with the city, we know we're going to move it. We just don't know when and where. Love to move it to your living room, man. It's unbelievable. As my boy Max said, we're getting into more of this tomorrow. Not in my backyard. Okay. But you can't just say, come on in, free needles, shoot up here. And then I'm jumping around because it's all important. Paul Anthony, best dog trainer on earth. I mean it. 1 million dogs imported to America annually for rescue. Come on, man. So we're euthanizing 7 million pets. And the plan is what? Bring more in. And if you adopt a dog and you can't afford it, you're ignorant. And they end up killing that dog. And that ain't right. A lot of stuff going on here, folks. backwards. 1 step up and 4 steps back. That East Ohio Street stuff is disturbing as hell because those businesses rock. That coffee shop probably spent $1 million and now they're screwed. Not one customer. I'm not getting coffee over there, would you? And what's the city say? Yeah, we're going to move that. We just don't know when and where. I'd like to dump that on their front yard. I really would. See how long it lasts.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Summertime. Time to take a look at those nasty old windows. Universal Windows Direct has the plan. You got to check this out. Payments as low as $99 a month or 12 months with no payments and no interest. This is amazing. They'll assess your house for free. Trust Windows Direct because they're the best, folks. 412-545-6003. Free in-home inspection. 412-545-6003. Fabulous.
Over 65 and still on your employer's health insurance? Not sure what's best for you to do? Dina Schmidt and her team of professionals from One Health Benefits provide excellent advice on the best options for your needs. One Health Benefits has been providing people with customized health benefit choices for over 2 decades. You only know what you know, so let Dina and the One Health Benefits experts help you with what they know. Call One Health Benefits today, 724-799-8873. Learn more at onehealthbenefits.com.
Here's a few questions for you from California Psychics. Do your workdays seem to go on forever? Is your career progression as fast as downtown traffic? Or does your boss still not know your name?
Hey, you, Tina, Lisa, Sheila, whatever. Get that report to me by lunch, okay? It's Carrie, ma'am. Just get it done, Terry.
It's time to read the career warning signs and talk to California Psychics. We're always on hand to give you the career guidance you need. You see, we only connect you with the very best. In fact, 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us don't make the grade. That's why we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. So you could soon be telling your boss where to stick that report.
Where are you going, Terry? Terry!
Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics. Call 1-800-PREDICT today and get 20 minutes for just $20.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 87 degrees at 1 o'clock. I'm David Bolorado. News is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. Trust PJ.com. This is the final week of public hearings on proposed Pittsburgh public school closings. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has details.
6 hearings are scheduled over the next 3 days. 2 meetings tonight. The first is at 5 p.m., Manchester Pre-K to 8. The second is at 7 p.m. for Schiller Elementary. Tomorrow's hearings are Fulton and Spring Hill Pre-K to 5, and Wednesday's hearings include Woolslayer and Miller. The plan proposes the closure of 12 schools and other facilities, aiming to address declining enrollment, aging infrastructure, and underutilized buildings. These meetings, which are mandated by the state, is to gather public feedback on the proposed school closures before the Board of Directors makes a final decision. The hearings began on July 21st, are being held at the district's administration building in Oakland, and are also streamed virtually. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
President Trump sat down with the British Prime Minister today. They talked about a wide range of topics from trade to the war in Ukraine. And CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand tells us the president reached a trade deal with the European Union.
All of the countries will be opened up to trade with the United States at zero tariff.
President Trump said the tariff rate for most imported goods from the 27 EU member countries would be 15%, including autos. He also said the EU agreed to purchase U.S. military equipment, $750 billion of U.S. energy, and invest $600 billion in other sectors.
It will bring stability. It will bring predictability.
The breakthrough came with the White House's Friday tariff deadline quickly approaching, and still no deals in place with other top trading partners, including Canada and Mexico.
Michigan police are working to find a motive after a mass stabbing attack at a Walmart on Saturday. 11 people were hurt at the store in Traverse City. Police say the 42-year-old suspect entered the location and began attacking people randomly with a knife. No one was killed. The suspect is in custody and will likely be charged with terrorism and assault charges. CBS News correspondent Lana Zach has more now on the case.
All 11 stabbing victims are expected to survive, according to the health authorities here. One has already been released, and the head of the hospital says that they're optimistic that they will continue to release people potentially as soon as today.
A Blairsville man has been identified as the victim of a fatal traffic accident early Sunday in Washington County. The coroner's office says 21-year-old Matthew Roth lost control of his vehicle on Route 481 in Carroll Township, collided with the bridge, and then the vehicle caught fire. A passing motorist saw the wreckage and called 911. A few minutes later, Roth was not wearing a seatbelt. Mount Lebanon police will be training this week at Mellon Middle School. In a social media post, the department says it will involve violent intruder response training. Mount Lebanon residents may see officers and firefighters in and around the school throughout the week, along with emergency vehicles. On Wall Street, the Dow has turned lower. It's currently down 25 points. The Nasdaq is up 54. At the S&P 500, essentially flat, up just under 2. KDKA Sports, the Pirates will start a 6-game road trip tonight in San Francisco. Mitch Keller is the Bucs starter. KDKA Radio News Time 103. Right now, around the Pittsburgh area, it is 87 degrees. The AccuWeather forecast, is coming up next.
Lunch was great. Lawrenceville is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. My friend Robert Levin and his Levin Furniture and Mattress Store team have put together an amazing 4-day sale. Get not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 times the sales tax discount. Plus, up to 50% off new arrivals and get 5 full years special financing on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. No money down. Levin also has the guaranteed lowest prices on Tempur-Pedic and Purple for Life mattresses. Shop Levin's huge 4-day sale today. Amazing. Hey, folks, it's Marty. All the time I'm talking about auto accidents, big crashes, big wrecks. Call 1-800-GET-PHIL or 412-281-5005. Look, Phil DeLucente and Associates, they're in Pittsburgh. They give free, that's right, free consultations. Phil and Ken Nolan, his partner, handle auto cases. I've worked with them a lot. So call 1-800-GET-PHIL. Call Ken Nolan and Phil DeLucente now at 1-800-GET-PHIL today. They're the best, folks.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be hot and humid for the rest of today with sunshine and some clouds and a high up to 93. The AccuWeather real feel temperatures could be near 100. Clear to partly cloudy, warm and muggy tonight, though 71. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Tune in to 1020 KDKA Radio for Medical Frontiers with Dr. Gerald Pfeiffer from the Allegheny Health Network every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Dr. Pfeiffer and his special guests will cover the information that you want to know about your health and the latest trends in medicine.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
So, cover your ears or turn off the radio if you want to hear the bad news. You're going to have to pay new taxes in the city of Pittsburgh. You're already paying new taxes in the county. What, it went up almost 30%? That was Sarah's wonderful leadership. And now, my boy Mike Sully, who's one of my favorite people on earth because he's smart and he tells the truth. He sent me this
Hey, Marty.
text actually scared me. I'll have him bring the bad news. Mike, first tell everybody who you are.
My name is Mike Sully. I used to be in real estate. I now am chairman of the County Appeals Board.
All right. What's the text you sent me and posted? I posted on all social and people are going berserk. How much?
I forget.
Come on, man. How much has the valuation dropped on property downtown since January?
$267 million.
Come on, man. No way.
And we're
No way.
6 months into the year.
No way.
And you know that old saying, there ain't no cure for the summertime blues.
Wow.
Here we go, Marty. The appeals process
Hold
is underway now.
Hold on. Before you
Go
get
ahead.
on your soapbox. I love you. We're pushing so if this plays out, by year's end, what, 600 million drop in value? I mean, if it continues down this slide?
I always tell you, I don't have a crystal ball. All I know is we accept appeals. People come in, the skyscrapers. Some of them are in the courts. I have no control over that because appeals is a two-step process.
Yeah.
So don't know. Don't know. All I know is that $267 million citywide amounts to $7 million in refunds.
Wow.
Yeah, so far this year.
Wow. And hold on, brother. How much less will the city be getting in revenue because the businesses won't pay as much now? How much?
Well, if we freeze everything, it's $7 million less. If you keep the millage rates the same, you're going to make $7 million less.
Wow.
And I'm talking city, county, and school district at $7 million.
Wow.
6 months into the year. And again, going into next year, we're going to resolve a lot of Pittsburgh appeals before January 1. So that number may drop because the common level ratio, which I always talk about, half. Just think of half. Whatever your home's worth, half of that should be your assessed value for taxes.
So my man Brandon, who's a hell of a writer with the Post Gazette,
yes, he is. Good man.
He said, we're going to have to raise taxes. You agree?
Probably, yes. Yes. Yeah. If they don't raise the millage rate and the assessed values keep going south, Marty, do the math. Do the math. Maybe they have reserve funds somewhere, but again, that's not what I do.
No.
People call me the tax man. We just adjust the assessments for taxes.
Is this an all-time record, this 260 plus million thing? Is that the highest ever?
No. It's up there, but I don't want to go into the history of it, but it's bad. If you have a base year and it's 13 years old, it's just getting worse. And eventually the values become stale and property owners are catching on to this math equation and filing appeals, especially the downtown central business district, Marty.
Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they?
Yeah. The Rivers Casino right now is in court. They could see probably, and now again, I don't have a crystal ball.
No, I get it.
Maybe a $3 million refund.
Whoa.
Again, I'm just doing some math inside my head. If that happens, I wouldn't be surprised. So that's just one entity. The Rivers Casino is, it's taxable real estate. And it was in court 3 years ago, but it's in court now again. So we're looking at the last 3 years on the table just on that one property.
It's unbelievable. $3 million, one property, man. Wow. And
Your problem, Marty, what's up?
My man, no end in sight. None.
As long as there's not a reassessment, the only reassessment in town is in the appeals process. And it's a two-step process, as I said. And, like 3-4 years ago, the school districts rolled the roost. 90% of the appeals were the school districts, and they were making millions off of that newcomer tax. Remember that, Marty?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you don't hear much about that now. There are still going to be newcomers who will see their taxes go up based on low assessments on some of those properties.
All right.
You know,
Tell
you
consumers.
know Mount Lebanon, right, Marty?
I live
Marty, I
there.
looked at some properties in Mount Lebanon.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to some realtors tomorrow in Mount Lebanon.
Yeah.
I'm going to show them properties in Mount Lebanon that sold for $1 million, where the assessment is at 75%,
Yeah.
and or where the present assessment is at 25%.
Oh, wow.
So you have winners and losers.
Oh, wow.
And these are recent sales, Marty, in the
Wow.
last year.
So people are going to get spanked, is what you're saying.
Yeah, there are still going to be school districts and municipal appeals jacking up the taxes. There are still going to be tax reductions when property owners file the appeals, because we're now at a point where the pendulum is swinging the other way.
No, I see it. You're my man. A big tax increase?
We may see it.
Yeah, I see it.
Hope not.
You're a good man, man. You speak the truth. Thanks, brother.
To you, Marty. Enjoy the summer, Marty. Thanks.
So tomorrow, I'm meeting a billionaire, Aaron Stauber, downtown, about the melon. It's PN. What is it? PN's. What's it called? BNY Melon Building, which is worthless. I'm just telling you, it's about to be vacant, and no one wants it. I'm not kidding. And because it's over a station, a subway in essence, not really, but that's what they like to call it. You can't demolish it the way you would with an implosion. You have to tear it down brick by brick, which would cost $200 million. So in 2 years, that building will be empty, worthless to this town. And that's just one example. And no one wants to move in there. And it's not laid out for residential. And so the Post-Gazette, and my man Brandon McKinley writes this stuff. He's fantastic. Did a piece this weekend saying we're going to raise taxes, and you heard from the man Sully. We're going to. We're in a bad spot, man. To imagine that value downtown dropped pushing $300 million since January is some scary stuff. And the next mayor, Corey O'Connor, is going to have to face some legit major financial issues here. Major.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
This summer, try the new Strato Frappuccino blended beverage at Starbucks. It's the classic blended iced coffee you know and love, now topped with a creamy layer of handcrafted brown sugar cold foam. Available for a limited time. Your Strato Frappuccino is ready at Starbucks.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
Having a tough time paying your bills? Learn how to reduce your credit card debt to a fraction of what you owe. Call the Debt Helpline now for free advice. 800-329-9912. 800-329-9912.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Hey, everybody, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland. You know, 90th anniversary
anniversaries are super special. That's why AARP Pennsylvania is celebrating 90 years for Social Security. And they're doing it with ice cream. Now, there are 3 events in the greater Pittsburgh area where you can join in the fun. But registration is required to get your favorite scoop of your favorite ice cream. And you'll learn more about AARP and the fight to strengthen and protect Social Security. You can register at aarp.org/local.
Punchki. Punchki are back. I love this. Oakmont Bakery, 15 mouth-watering Punchki flavors. Wow. Coming up here in the next week, Oakmont Bakery starts out with a massive Oakmont street sale. Love that. Saturday, July 26th. Check it out. The Punchki are back. Farkleberry cookies, cinnamon New Year's pretzels. Back for one weekend, 25th and 26th. The Punchki, the return of the Punchki. Oakmont Bakery.
Hey folks, Marty here. My man Carlos from Greater Pitt Tree Service. Unbelievable, 32 years experience. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Senior discounts, military discounts. Specializing in large and confined area removals. Training to work near power lines. Amazing. 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE. It's the absolute best tree service ever. Greater Pitt Tree Service.
Celebrate National Carpet Cleaning Month with Zero Res and purchase 3 rooms of carpet cleaned. Get 1 free plus $50 off air duct services. Book online at ZeroResPGH.com and take advantage of the savings.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
Progressive Insurance with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and progressive.com.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. A lot of people out there might be looking for a new start on their education and career goals in the new year. There's an affordable way to make it happen. CCAC, 81% of the students graduate debt-free. Wow. But even spending just the first 2 years at CCAC can save you $26,000 over public universities and over $75,000 over private colleges. So affordable. 130 programs. Visit ccac.edu. Love this place.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
They're going to raise your taxes in Pittsburgh. Another screw job. Oh. Declining population, declining tax base, raise taxes. Bad plan. Bad. Bad city, down city. They don't have a choice. Gaining as people blew through all the COVID relief money. They blew through hundreds of millions. They did. They hired a whole bunch of people they shouldn't have. Like a hot knife through butter. And now they knew property taxes were plummeting. Property values are plummeting in these buildings downtown. Especially the older ones. They're worthless now. And there's no money coming in. And there's more going out. And then I know a bunch of cops that think they should get paid more than they should. Actually, they have to or they'll leave. And so then you got that. And they can't hire 200 cops and they can't pay them $100,000, which they should. They should do both. So you got that. They have no money to pave streets. I'm not trying to ruin your day, but this is just the truth. You got drunks and drug addicts and people crapping on the street downtown right now. Right now. And you heard the whole Sheehan thing about East Ohio Street. They moved in this help center for drug addicts and alcoholics and mentally ill folks right in the middle of a brand new restaurant district, and now they're leaving. And they're going to raise taxes. You heard Sully. He's right. He's a very smart man. So this is their plan. Raise your taxes. Bad plan. Or cut services further. Jake, go ahead.
Hey, real quick, just an FYI, everybody remembers Ed Rendell told us that when we put the casino in, it's going to eliminate property taxes. They're going to be making so much money off the casino. Just throwing it out there.
It's true.
You're going to meet with that guy. Is it possible you can suggest...
Tomorrow. Yeah, Aaron Stauber, the billionaire, tomorrow.
So UPMC has the steel building. Their name's right on top of it. Can't miss
It is.
Nippon Steel's coming into town. Why don't we suggest to Nippon Steel, listen, go to One Mellon Center, make it the Nippon Plaza. You can put that sign as large as you want. You guys can put all your people in there. We'll give you whatever tax breaks, whatever things you need. We will kiss your tuchus.
And you can get that. You can get the building for nothing.
Exactly. They will get the building for nothing. They can put their name on top of the building.
Wow.
We can give them all sorts of tax breaks to move in. That way, it saves the building, and I don't want to say it's going to increase our tax base, but at least some of the businesses around the area will be able to say, hey, listen, we've got people coming in, restaurants can open, the whole 9 yards.
Wow.
I mean, we got to think out of the box when it comes to that building because it ain't going no place.
It isn't. No one wants it.
Yep. All right.
And by the way, I keep hearing put residential in there. It's not laid out for it. They can't do it.
They can't. Yeah, they can't do. We've been in there. It can't be done. But Nippon.
Wow.
Geez, if you put them there, you can't put you can't kick UPMC out of the steel building, but you can put Nippon on Mellon and make it Nippon Plaza. Let's think out of the box here, guys.
Where's their footprint now, USD? Are they still in there with UPMC? I don't know.
It's my understanding they've got floors, but I think UPMC has the vast majority of them, and UPMC has, they bought the rights, put their name on top of that building.
No, it's true.
So let's bag the steel building, go over to Mellon Plaza. It's only across the street.
You know
if
what?
anybody's got to move,
I'm going to do it tomorrow. What can I lose?
All right.
I love the idea, man.
Yeah.
I will let you know.
All right,
man.
take it easy.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
So Aaron Stauber is the billionaire real estate guy from New York. I love him, actually. He cares about this town. He owns, 20 buildings downtown? Gulf Tower, which he's rehabbing now. He's a brilliant guy. And he has this cool plan for BNY Mellon. He wants to put in all these university complexes and that sort of thing. I'm going to throw this at him, too. I love the fact that he's coming in. I love the fact that he cares. I'm not saying Pittsburgh is DOA, but there's a crack, and it's getting bigger. I'm sitting there thinking about downtown and the fact that we desperately need law and order, more cops. And now we're going to have to raise taxes just to keep the status quo and pay the cops nothing. Their next contract, they would actually lose money. Pay more in health care. So I'm immediately thinking, you can't hire cops at $100,000. You can't hire 200 new cops, so that's gone. I'm immediately thinking, they already don't have money to repave streets. They don't. For, I think, 2 years. You already need $20 million worth of new trucks. I'm serious, $20 million. It's a horrendous situation. And companies are desperately leaving the old buildings downtown, the old ones. So go to new stuff. And as you heard Sully say, property values since January have dropped $270 million. Huh. And just, what do you say that the Rivers Casinos in the appeal process, they'll probably save $3 million in taxes. How about that? How about that? So Corey O'Connor, who's an actuarial kind of guy, I'm guessing he's trying to figure this out. But there ain't no more COVID money, brother. There ain't no big windfall, brother. There's only one way to do this. I'm sorry, two. Cut services substantially. Public works, public safety. I'm just telling you, man. Or raise taxes. That's it. There is no plan B, man. And I'm a little bit worried. It's a very, 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 very lousy situation. Hey, before we go to break, anyone out there have LG appliances? Anyone? Oh my gosh, you got to hear these stories next.
The Shindig Charity Music Festival, August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at Union Brothers Brewing in Harmony. 18 bands over 3 days.
Proceeds benefit local first responders and Northwood Charitable Foundation. Car show Friday night, craft and vendor show Saturday, first responder demonstration Sunday.
Single day tickets, weekender tickets, and weekender tickets for Keg and Eggs starting at 9:30 a.m.
Surprise guests, amazing raffle prizes, great food and brews. Bring your own lawn chair and a non-perishable food item donation.
Tickets also available at the door. Get your details at theshindigmusicfestival.com.
Planning a vacation can be fun, but don't get taken by service fees and processing fees. SWAC Vacations lets you book direct. SWAC owns its own properties. The price you see is the price you pay. Michael Bartley here. My friend Jeff is the owner of SWAC, and you can trust you're going to get the best deal possible. That means more money for your family trip to Myrtle Beach, a luxury lodge in Deep Creek, or that massive Outer Banks house with room for everyone. Book direct. Save at SWACvacations.com. That's SWACK Vacations.com.
The biggest reason Metropolitan Window Company has been in business since 1978 is our huge list of satisfied customers.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're getting expertise and attention to detail from a trusted business that puts your needs first.
You're also getting our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows that are built for life.
The most important part of a window is the framing. Fiberglass frames won't lose their dimensional integrity. They're the strongest, longest-lasting window you can buy.
And right now, you can save 30% and get 18-month no-interest financing on every window and door product we offer.
Stop by one of our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 89 degrees at 1:30. I'm David Colorado. With the muggy conditions expected to last until Thursday, the city is extending operations through Wednesday at its cooling centers. The centers at 6 healthy active living centers will be open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m., both tomorrow and Wednesday. President Trump in Scotland announcing Sunday a trade deal with the European Union. In the aggregate, the largest trading partner with the United States. Some nations, though, are complaining about the agreement that must be approved by EU members. CBS News correspondent Jason Brooks with what that means.
The trade deal with the EU lowers the tariff on European imports in the U.S. from 30 to 15%. And that would be a big help for automakers who've been dealing with a 27.5% tariff, with Volkswagen last week reporting that tariffs cost it $1.5 billion in the first half of this year. The EU also agreed to buy $750 billion worth of U.S. energy. And as a result of that, shares are surging higher for liquefied natural gas companies, including Cheniere and Venture Global.
President Trump told reporters in Scotland that he will likely set a blanket tariff of 15 to 20% on countries that have not negotiated a separate trade deal with the United States. The first 10 names for the Pittsburgh Walk of Fame have been released. News Radio KDK's Samira Rush has those inductees.
The inaugural inductees include jazz great George Benson, journalist Nellie Bly, Andrew Carnegie, environmentalist and writer Rachel Carson, Roberto Clemente, Michael Keaton, Fred Rogers, medical researcher Dr. Jonas Salk, Andy Warhol, and playwright August Wilson. Their names will be featured on large bronze stars in the sidewalk at the Strip District Terminal on Smallman Street. Each star will be accompanied by a narrative plaque that briefly describes the honorees' key achievements and ties to the Pittsburgh region. Michael Keaton is scheduled to appear at the ribbon cutting and induction ceremony, which will take place October 20th. The public is invited to attend. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 89 points, but the Nasdaq is 48 points higher. The S&P 500 is lower, down 4. KDKA Radio News Time coming up on 1:32. Our next update's at 2. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way. Give Bath R Us a ring. Call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $12,500 bathroom remodel with an additional savings of up to $3,000 plus low to no monthly payments. 412-556-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Man, the folks at Coit, whoo! They crushed it in our house. You know those annoying stains from pets? You know the spaghetti sauce? Gone. Coit crushed it. Right now, amazing specials from Coit. 50% off drapes. 40% off everything else Coit does. Amazing service, amazing pricing, amazing company. 50% off drapes, 40% off everything else. 1-800-FOR-COIT. 1-800-FOR-COIT.
U.S. Steel's new partnership with Nippon Steel
is generating an extra spark in our mills
and fresh energy in our minds.
As employees of U.S. Steel,
we'd like to thank the communities where we live and work for your support.
The partnership means better opportunities for our employees, more prosperity for our communities,
and more steel made right here in America.
Thank you for believing in the future of U.S. Steel.
A stronger America
is made here.
Always.
Lunch was great. Lawrenceville is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Experts at UPMC are revolutionizing robotic heart surgery every day.
Robotics is the most advanced version of heart surgery. We can do very complex procedures inside the chest without opening it.
UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute is pioneering minimally invasive cardiac surgery techniques, including robotic surgeries.
It's an obligation to innovate for patients to be treated better.
Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
For the rest of today, more sun than clouds, hot and humid with a high of 93. The record is 96, last reached in 1993. AccuWeather real fuel temperature will be near 100 this afternoon. Clear to partly cloudy, warm and sticky tonight, though 71. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
After years of diving into the ups and downs of retirement planning, we've decided to change the name of our show, Expedition Retirement. Join us for Fire Your Financial Advisor, Saturday night at 8 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us on the Big K Morning Show tomorrow, 5:30 until 10, dealing with the heat, what you need to know, and tickets to the Brotherhood of Rock with Styx, Kevin Cronin, and Donnie Iris. Win them on the Big K Morning Show.
Appliances suck. Expensive, unreliable, junk. Let me give you an example of a really good company and a really bad company. To be perfectly honest. Do you have a minute? Bowser. The whole damn group. If you buy a car from Bowser, I'm serious about this because I've lived this, and something happens, for instance, Elvira, who's been a significant part of our family since the kids were babies. I bought her a Subaru. It's pretty much a year old, so brand new car. She got rear-ended about a week ago. Okay? The guy from the scene of the accident, it was his fault, called the insurance company. They forwarded everything to Bowser. This is a true story. They sent a tow truck to tow the car from her house. They called her to see if she was okay. Bowser did. And they had a car at her house within 12 hours. Rental car. Insane. And they're fixing it now. And asking me if she wants another car. My wife hit a deer. Bowser. By the next day, they had her car picked up, gave her a loaner car, and fixed the product within 4 days. Bowser. You know why? Because they give a damn. Gary Sr.'s just a badass. He won't allow customers to get jacked around, and they're local. We've talked about this. If a business is local, it makes a massive difference. We, conversely, LG appliances. We have an LG refrigerator freezer. Why? We were told it was they're doing better. We were told their repairs are better. They suck. Prove me wrong. Our freezer froze, locked, shut last Wednesday. So now Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We're into day 6. 6. Cannot open the freezer. To which you would say, well, you need to thaw it and then try again. We did. We did several times. It keeps freezing. It's locked shut. We cannot use our freezer. Not a massive deal, but it's a deal. Why am I complaining? Because they suck. 6 days in, I swear I got this stupid note this morning from this crap, which is all AI generated. It's illiterate crap sent by some idiotic AI messenger that's kind of faulty. I got to get to it. Give me a second. This is Taisha. I'm a presidential liaison with LG. Spare me. Please, Laisha, spare me. This is me going and trying to find their CEO's email address to annoy him because he's annoying me. 6 days in, no phone call from anyone who fixes this crap. I'm contacting you today. This is from yesterday. Regards your case that fell into my office today. In other words, this is AI crap, some stupid generic response. A human being that's literate doesn't type that way. Say it fell. Or my guess, she's from overseas. Because I've been on the phone with these folks who can't speak English, and God bless them, we all got to make a living. Not one of them's in America. Not one. One of them was in a different time zone because she's like, tell me a different day. I said, ma'am, it's Saturday here in the States. So now I've been on the phone with 6 of their operators. All I want is an appointment with a technician to fix our damn freezer, which, by the way, is less than 6 months old. 6 months. It's crap. They suck. Oh. I literally could not understand what the woman was saying from the first 4 foreign countries I spoke to. Then, so this is Wednesday. Then Thursday they said, a technician will be at your house between 8 and 5:30 on Friday. They lied. They never came. They never showed. They never called. Ever. Now, whoever this Letitia person is, I'm sorry about the experience you've had with your unit. I've contacted the tech to see what's the delay with your repair. Once I got a response, I'll follow back up. Never heard from her. Got another text yesterday saying, we will get back to you in 4 or 5 hours. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Another lie. I mean, lie after lie after lie. If I could sue them and I don't sue, I would sue the crap out of them. I would never, ever buy another LG appliance again. And by the way, I know a great repair guy. Great. He's not allowed to fix them. Only LG's allowed to fix it. And by the way, they installed it improperly, so when it opened the first time, it has a dent in the door, which is still there right now. LG. And honestly, was it supposed to mean life, living good? Yeah. Uh-huh. And by the way, I was nice to all of them. Some alleged person called from some alleged Ford company yesterday, said, ma'am, with all due respect to the fact that you need to make a living and you seem very nice, I can't understand you. You don't speak English. She kept going. So yesterday I got another note saying that something would be set up today. No. It's now 1:42 in the afternoon. So I go online and sent a note to one of their big shots. They sent me a note back from the Presidential Council, whatever the hell that is. Those jagoffs. Honestly, this is why people drive pickup trucks through front windows. It's horrible. They should be ashamed. I sent a note to some big shot and I said, look, you should be ashamed. You should be embarrassed. Now think about what I just said about Bowser. Man, they're amazing. I mean, amazing. My wife's car needed some door part. They sent a dude 400 miles away to get the parts. I am not exaggerating. LG had some president crap BS jagoff call me. No, text from some AI crap. Still not one word. I found an old text message from one of their repair people. I said, my man, your people are ignoring me. He said, call this number. I called it 6 times. Nothing, honey. It's horrible. It's embarrassing. And this is all their crap across the board. And they sell it everywhere. It's not. They're pretty looking. Ernest, go ahead, man.
Oh, hey, man, great show. Some good topics today. Hey, look, what you're talking about now, servicing appliances, getting them serviced, this is normal. This is just the way that it is.
By the way, he's right.
Here's what you do. I mean, if you want to minimize your grief, you want to buy an appliance from a place that will offer you a protection plan. You'll have to pay more for it, and they will take it back and just exchange it. It's like an insurance plan, and you put the burden on them. You put it on Home Depot, you put it on Lowe's, you put it on whoever is selling it, and you let them deal with it.
Yeah, but my man, doing now, in a romantic way, that sounds good, but LG will only fix LG. They will not let anyone else jack with their crap. I learned this lesson, brother.
Listen, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't deal with it.
I won't.
Get a protection plan from Home Depot or wherever and let them deal with it. They'll give you a new one.
Well, I'm never going to buy that crap again. I won't. It's so ignorant.
I know. Did you understand what I was telling you?
I got you.
That's how you deal with it nowadays.
I'm a little
because this
cynical.
is how these companies are now.
They are, man.
HP is terrible.
My man, 4 days, not one person spoke English that was fluent. Not one.
That's right. Because nobody wants to pay a North American call center person a living wage.
Right.
So they're all shipped out to some place in Panama City or India or the Philippines. That's just the way it is.
It is. She didn't even know what day it was.
Yeah. So like I said, that's part of buying the appliances. Get a protection plan for 3-4 years out, and you put the burden on the seller, and they'll exchange it for you.
I'm in. I love them. My boy Ray, who I love to death, he goes, forget it, I got a guy in the rocks who'll fix anything. That's not how this works, man. Because your boy in the rocks will say, I can't fix LG. I've been down this road. And Patrick, my man, is top 5 smartest guys I know and insanely resourced, sends me this. This is why we're partners like this. Email the president of LG USA Support. I did that. That's when I get the text from the Jagoff from the Presidential Council. Yes, we're sorry we suck. Oh. This is where we're at in America, though, man. My man was right. I respect the fact that folks need to make money in the Philippines and wherever the hell, Uganda, wherever the hell they were calling from. But when you can't hear them, man, you can't understand them. I just said, man, I apologize. I'm not trying to be rude. I don't know what the hell you're saying. And is this as good as it gets? And I guess it is.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 40-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term life insurance may only cost you about $100 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-770-0850. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance to buy $1 million of affordable term life for you. All you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-770-0850. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-770-0850. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-770-0850. 800-770-0850.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Marty Griffin here. Right now, choose from payments as low as $99 a month or 12 months with no payments and no interest, plus a free in-home window and energy assessment. Call 412-545-6003.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey there, cats and kittens. It's Brian from The Commercial Break, the mediocre comedy podcast where my best friend Chrissy and I attempt to make sense of the world. We talk about the absurd, the ridiculous, and the stuff no one asked for, like internet weirdos, pickup artists, and why everyone is obsessed with crystals and colonics. It's all got to stop. The show is free, it's frequent, and it's probably not for everyone. You can go to tcbpodcast.com, subscribe at youtube.com/The Commercial Break, or check out the show wherever you listen to podcasts. We'll see you on the next Commercial Break, and best to you.
Lachina Drapery and Blind Factory, 60-plus years as the area's best and most trusted name for all types of custom window treatments. Family operated for 3 generations. Low factory direct prices. 412-665-4900 or go to lachinadrapery.com.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times, but when you need us, we are here for you, and we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Our firm handles hundreds of crash cases involving semi-trucks every year. A crash case involving semis is much different, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can leave lots of money on the table. Many times there is separate insurance for the cab and for the trailer. Sometimes there are actually layers of other insurances and excess insurance that some lawyers may not know about because they don't see that many cases. We see these cases every day. Also, there are federal laws governing the hours a driver may drive in a 24-hour period and logs that are required. A crash case involving a semi-truck is a totally different animal than a simple car crash. We have lawyers who only handle these cases. It's all they do. Rolling the dice with the wrong law firm can be disastrous. Call us on your cell phone at Pound Law, pound 529. It's so easy. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
We had an ice maker like a It's like $300 or $400 and made ice on the counter because we have extra ice. Broke 3 times in a year. Sucked. This is where we're at, man. I asked my boy Matt from the Appliance Guru, who I love. I love him. And again, Matt, and by the way, they're great people. And they sell great appliances at Voss. It's a family business. They love you. But he's like, I said, Matt, what's the best appliance? He named some German refrigerator. It was like 13 grand. Screw that. This is where we're at, man. You know what he told me? And I believe him. He said, they make this stuff now that it's supposed to last 2 years. Okay. Glad to hear that. At least they care. Matt has people. He'll put a new freezer in there before he lets us hang. But it doesn't explain the obnoxious disinterest in serving the people that bought your crap. And they just don't care. Is that Brian? Is that my man Brian? The appliance guru? No, it's not. My man Brian, who is the smartest repair guy I've ever met. He said that guy was wrong about the protection plan. They don't replace it. They got to try 3 times to fix it. And by the way, he knows this stuff because that's what he does for a living. They simply don't give you a refrigerator or appliance when it breaks. Doesn't work that way. Huh? It's the worst. This LG experience. And you know, you folks, you all know this. You get on the phone with people that can't speak English. You want to choke someone, not them. You end up over enunciating everything. The freezer is frozen. Was it? Who? What? They literally sent me a note that there was a guy coming to our house on Friday between 8 and 5, which is so courteous, by the way. You're going to sit on your ass for 5 hours. Just so happens I broke 2 toes, so I was sitting there swollen and hacked off already. No one came. No one came, man. And this is how people get treated now. And the plan is what? Buy some German fridge that's 13 grand? No. You know, the company that starts hiring English-speaking Americans that know what the hell they're talking about, they're going to kick some ass. And again, it goes back to my point on Bowser. They would never, ever, ever, ever let this happen. Why? Because Dad's here. And Gary Jr.'s the same damn way. He does not mess around. My man's on vacation last week, and he's texting me about Elvira, this wonderful woman's car that got rear-ended. LG. Larry, go ahead.
Yeah, Marty, I have a number for you to call for somebody that had an issue with them, and I got a repair shop in Mount Lebanon, Lawrence Repair, that is an authorized repair shop for LG appliances.
So what? This is a workaround?
Yeah, it's a workaround because I had an issue, and I was like a dog with a bone.
Yes.
I had my compressor repaired, and the company that did it for them did a shoddy job and didn't do it completely. So then they went out of business, and the company that bought them wouldn't authorize it. So I got on with LG, and I wanted repaired for the labor. Right. I wanted a replacement for the labor because the compressor was covered. And I worked around and finally got a hold of someone that spoke English, and we were able to get it solved. And I got the money for the labor initially.
I'm going to put you on hold. Margot, can you please get that number for LG? I know it's a hope and a prayer because they want you to have a service number. I'm not trying to be a jerk here. I'm going to try. How about my man? My wife and I just fixed our double-door Samsung. Ice built up. We had to take the panel off and melt the ice with a hairdryer. Bet you did. My man Matt, who I love, we had this happen to a washer, a dryer, a microwave, a stovetop. And in each case, you know what he said? You got to buy a new one. I was like, my man, it's 3 years old. Yeah, I know. I know. These companies suck now. They build in the last 2 to 4 years. Okay. Glad to hear that. It's a nightmare. It's not a pleasant experience. I know there are bigger issues in the world, but it seemed to me if I have a company that I have stuff that breaks it seemed to me that I have a way to fix it, but they don't. They just don't give a damn. They just don't care. And they use AI and chat boxes and folks who can't speak English to deal with you. That's a smart idea.
Honored to win the Marconi Award as the best news talk